Out of nowhere. Throw down.
It's JCS, and everybody know we the best, and everybody loves Joe Crow, and that's why we all love to tune in. Everybody loves out of nowhere. Monetize this bitch is in the air. Run SmackDown reviews, so don't you fear. So tune in every night right here. Yeah, yeah. You know it's grown and tell them that we own it. On almost every night, bitch, we got the potion. Laying back in my whip, puffing straight coasting. Turn on the app, it's live, Joe Cronin. Raw reviews, don't forget SmackDown too. He's on Twitch, on Twitter, and YouTube. So if you want a dose, homie, of the real shit, tune in right now for some heel shit. It's JCS, and everybody know we the best, and everybody loves Joe Cronin. That's why we all love to tune in. Everybody loves out of nowhere. Monetize this bitch is in the air. Run SmackDown reviews, so don't you fear. So tune in every night right here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's JCS, JCS. Everybody here knows not the test. Cross Joe on the shelf like the rest. And life goes on, cause we the best. Everybody know Joe states facts. More views than your ass, check the stats. Keep talking till your ass gets smacked. Keep it up, then your ass gets clapped. Everybody tunes in cause we all love it. Joe's real, he ain't no motherfucking fake puppet.
All right, so one of the initial thoughts I have right in the opening here, and I'm probably going to reiterate this tonight a whole bunch because, because it's got to be reiterated for the people that aren't watching live right now. But for the people that are watching live right now, what's going on? AEW review, Dynamite, and we'll get into a little bit of NXT as well. Jake DeMarco should be here at some point here, so we'll have him as well. We'll have your phone calls, potentially, if Skype is fixed. We'll see. There was a massive update to Microsoft, so I don't know if that's changed anything, but in the past, that has changed things. In the past, when Microsoft has had a major update, that has fixed things for Skype, because they are now one and the same. So potentially, we could see that update tonight, and we could potentially have Skype working, potentially. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. And hopefully that answer will be yes. But yeah, to make this quick point right off the bat, one thing I can tell you right now is that the AEW viewers or the AEW audience is more divided than it's ever been. They are finally have finally. You know, in WWE, how there's the casual fans who seem to love everything, but then there's the other people who are. Then there's sort of like the older fans, but they don't mind it. And then there's like the people that absolutely hate WWE and the people that actually leave. AEW has now created two audiences, I believe. I've started to notice this over the last few weeks. And I don't know, the hateful audience is smaller, but they are getting a crew of people that don't like them. And I can tell by tonight, because there are some people tonight that really did not like tonight's show. But 70% to 80% of you, from what I've seen, liked tonight's show. Tonight's show was much better than the last couple weeks. One thing that was worse tonight than the last few weeks was certainly the commentary. I don't know what's going on, but that commentary tonight was abysmal. JR appears lost and sleepy at times. Excalibur isn't sure when to fully commit to saying things, if that makes any sense.
What else we got?
And Tony Schiavone's a breath of fresh air.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Why is it not reading? Why is the the donation ain't reading? Mike Hamilton, thank you for the $3, Mike. He said, good show tonight. I don't know why it's not even appearing on the screen. That's weird. Good show tonight, 8 out of 10. The first 40 minutes was awesome. Then went downhill with the women's match. Main event saved the show for sure. For God's sake, stop with the damn lights out gimmick. I agree, man. Let me try to get the negative out right away. Let me try to get the negatives out right away. I don't know if you saw that, Jake, but the donation, he typed a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it just didn't show.
And it didn't show any of it. I don't know what that's about, but what's up to the chat? How you guys feeling tonight? Let me get the bat out right now.
We'll be right back. Actually, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff's okay because miscues like that can happen. I don't mind that, but
that was the theme of the night for commentary. Just
yeah.
No one knew what the hell was up.
And it could have been the producers that didn't know. But either way, like, the commentary was bad anyway, so I'm assuming it was something to do with them. But no, going to the lights out, why in the world did the lights have to go out for Joey Janela to have to bring out I'm drawing a blank, like JR.
I didn't get to hear you, so.
Who did he bring out? Joey Janela?
Oh, Tully Blanchard?
Yeah, so he brings him out, so the lights had to go out, so to bring Tully Blanchard out. Is this like a joke?
Apparently.
Is it a joke where the lights have to go out every week?
And usually multiple times. Tonight we just got the one, but they're obsessed with that gimmick, if you call it that.
With the lights going out.
They love it. It's like ECW 97. Or when the lights used to go out 4 times, Sabu would come out, and Taz, then Heyman would come out and say something. Like, they love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they really got to, okay, wheel them out there on a chair. They
have that hardcore nostalgia feel for it, and I'm not sure why they're so obsessed with it, but they are. So,
if you can't wheel them out on a chair, you could have dragged them out. I get that it's more like exciting to be like, who is that? Like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, we thought they were overdoing it on the lights out before, but now, it's getting kind of hilarious. Like, at this point.
Yeah, now it's pretty damn ridiculous. At least if the moment calls for it, then it's not so bad. But if it's a major debut or something like that fits, it just didn't fit in that moment. that was the problem.
That was a drag them out.
Yeah, drag them by the chair and call it a day. You have them already in a seated position, tied up loosely. It looked. Bring them out. Have it be the end of it. So.
Yeah,
especially when the lights out, like WWE, as much as we give them crap for some things, their production values are typically on par, and they get things by pretty quickly. When they do the lights out here, I feel like it goes for so long, and the announce team doesn't know what to do to cover for it. You can't just say, "Oh, we lost power." There's, I think it was a good 15 seconds. It felt like, and of course, when you're just staring at a blank screen,
you think somebody crazy showing up, and you could hear the crowd was dead. You think somebody crazy showing up or something insane is going to happen, and then it's Joey Janela with Tully Blanchard in a chair.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I thought that was funny. I thought that was good. Like, I liked that. But,
it's not like Luke Harper showing up to be the head of the Dark Order.
Yeah,
it's literally just it's not a huge unveiling. So,
but again, I'm getting the criticisms out of the way because the show was much better than the last couple weeks.
Much better than it's been.
Yeah, last 2 weeks. What was it? Is it 2 or 3 weeks? The last 2 weeks has been weird.
I know the last 2 definitely. I think it was 3 altogether, but
yeah, they had some mediocre shows.
Piss poor booking and a lot of nonsensical stuff. I enjoyed most of tonight. Nothing was revolutionary. Nothing was groundbreaking, but I enjoyed everything they gave us. Everything made sense. It fit. It built. It didn't overstay. Nothing felt like it was on too long. Every match pretty much was enjoyable. There was no real short squash scenario that was pointless. Everything had a bigger feel to it.
Moxley did squash
the opening
somebody.
with Moxley was the only one, and that was to be expected. Everything else went for 10 minutes. So
yeah. I thought it was. I felt like it was a solid kind of run-of-the-mill show. That's how I felt. I thought it was like a solid run-of-the-mill.
Like I said, nothing groundbreaking, nothing superior, overly surprising.
Except, obviously, like I said, the lights out was stupid. And the other thing was the commentary was a mess.
Yeah,
tonight.
My biggest negative of the night would be commentary. I like the Dark Order stuff. I even enjoyed and am kind of intrigued now by everything that Brandy said, kind of makes sense. She made some decent points there, and you only see one woman favored for the most part. Our champion hasn't been seen in weeks. Everything's falling on Britt's shoulders. And all you hear about her is how famous her boyfriend is. And that's kind of been...
She said it was like she was reviewing the show. What the hell does that have to do with her and what she's doing or anything? Like, I felt like that was weird.
Because she's saying how the women's division has fallen so flat, and she's here. She's going to make it interesting. She's going to make a point.
But she showed up like 4 weeks ago with this. Like when
she did, but then she was
I don't think it makes any sense.
I feel like tonight was, like I said, not groundbreaking, but better than her speaking last time. And the head shaving unveiling. Now she has someone else there. Well, we don't know who that is.
She's been listening to the wrestling reviewers because all she did was say the things that wrestling reviewers say.
Yeah. I'm not.
But what the hell does that have to do with them? Like, it's just like she was like, she basically criticized the product is what her promo was.
But from a heel standpoint, she's made sense that she wants to reinvigorate the women's division and make it, powerful and impactful.
God, I'm so sick of that, though. I'm so sick of, I'm going to create the division. Just what happened to back in the day when wrestlers just did stuff? Like, that
doesn't exist anymore.
It's so bad, dude. It's not good. It's like, I'm going to save the division.
You have to talk about it for 3 weeks and start a movement.
It's like, just fight for the championship. That's what you want.
That would
you want
be
the
ideal,
money, the belt, the money, the belt. Not the
she'll interfere
division.
in Britt's match next week against Statlander, so that's pretty much where they're going with that. It was all but said that her feud's going to be with Britt Baker. That's what they're going for here. Riho hasn't been around as champion in weeks. We haven't even seen her at all. Like I said, nothing chaotic or overall amazing, but it was better than what we got last week with her being out there leading to the head sacrifice.
Right.
That was so ridiculous. I like the Dark Order's promo today, how they're trying to recruit wrestlers on the show, not just people, at home. And they're, it's not just a straight fourth wall break. And as well as that, the way they did it was pretty cool. How, you weren't sure if it was in your head or are they actually talking to me? Did I dream that? It's a bit of like mind control. It's interesting. It's better than how they portrayed it previously of just being like a satanic cult. Now it's more Illuminati-ish than just straight up dark and satanic.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a combination. Like it's like Illuminati meets whatever. I don't know. It's fine though, I guess.
But it was better than what we got last week.
So. Yeah, every week their thing gets better, I think, because even a couple weeks ago it was better, and the first promo was weird, and then the second one I thought was better. But then, I don't know. Then you got Butcher and Blade. JR was just messing up the names, and they didn't correct him on it. One point he called a Falcon Arrow. We saw that with the knee to the back of the head, which I don't understand how that was even close to a Falcon Arrow. JR
he couldn't even
mess.
say the Butcher and the Blade. He couldn't even remember who was in the ring. He couldn't remember Emi Sakura's name again. He couldn't, he just they, them, him, her, things like that.
You literally can have the match card written down in front of you. I don't understand what's going on with JR.
Yeah, it was odd.
I hate Excalibur's stutter
too.
What?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I hate when Excalibur stutters. How he calls things, where he's like, "The Butcher, the Blade," like his stuttering call. Like I can't stand
I think he gets so excited or so amped up, or he's trying to convey like a hyperactive emotion, and he just can't get it out clearly.
It's like something happens, and he won't. Instead of just calling it out loud, he'll just rush call it. So the move happens, like a big move, say like a Impaler. An Impaler happens. So instead of being like, picks him up there, Impaler DDT! Or something like that. He picks him up and, Impaler DDT in a close, it's just like he
stammers through it.
What the fuck?
That's why I wouldn't
stand
do
him.
Commentary. I wouldn't do well anyways, because my brain is so broken. I have to piece sentences together and takes a time to reboot.
It's like he rushes calls of moves. Like normally you do that. So if somebody goes for the pin after a big move and you missed calling it kind of, but now the pin's happening, you're like, well, he nailed him with that with that Impaler DDT and now cover 1-2. Like, but he does that every time for everything. I don't understand what Excalibur's doing. So when you get that, like, it's almost like when you
it's rushed.
When like a tape or something catches up with itself by speeding up all of a sudden. So like you're trying to catch up to where something's live. So it's like
using Discord.
Yeah, exactly, like Discord or the Skype calls. Like you're like, oh yeah, and then we have the grocery store, and then it catches up.
Yeah,
and like that's how he
buffers
calls
at once.
It's like buffering. Yeah, he's like a buffering person. And then on top of that, you got JR, who's like a sloth, who's just looking down like, well, the butcher.
All right.
Yeah, it's
if
just.
I have to.
I'm mad but then JR makes great calls when somebody goes through a table, like, and it's fun and exciting when JR gets into it, but then it's like he slips out of it again, and then Excalibur with his false start calls, and then JR, like, oh my God, man.
JR has great bits at times, and he's also very nostalgic, so he knows a great deal of history in a sense, so he can make great callbacks, and that's something that's rare to find. Excalibur is extremely knowledgeable, especially with current day wrestling. He can tell you what half these guys ate for breakfast, but Tony lately, I feel like, hasn't provided any real content, at least nothing of value.
It feels like Tony, Tony's backed off a little bit, which is, he's kind of in that role of third guy, whatever. Yeah, he needs to step in more.
A little bit. I consider that a lot.
The problem is this commentary team, right now, this commentary team is like a sports team. You never know which team you're going to get.
Yeah.
It's like a bad hockey team or a bad football or something. They're like the Browns or the Bengals or something. Like,
you don't know if they have a good offense or a good defense tonight. Yeah.
You don't know what they're gonna.
Everything could be bad.
Are they gonna come out all good? Are they all gonna come out all on the same page? Is it gonna be one of the nights where Tony saves them? Is it gonna be one of the nights where JR is just on? Is it going to be one of the nights where JR's falling apart and Excalibur and Tony stick up? Is it going to be one of the nights where Excalibur's off and JR's off and then Tony just backs off? And that's what happened tonight. We got all three pulling in different directions. It's very strange. But anyway, that's my...
and using Skype, I mean, or any type of tool that is the same idea, Discord, whatever. You and I are at a severe disadvantage. There's a lot of lag and things of that nature. So trying to go ahead and have that natural ebb and flow of conversation doesn't work out right because I'll either be unable to hear you, things of that nature. So it's difficult. But if you and I are next to each other, you have that even flow. I know when you're taking a pause. I know when you're taking a breath, a break, and we kind of have that sense to know where to pick up when the other one's going to leave off. We can do it on here to a certain extent, but like I said, there is some tech interference that makes it more difficult. So we'll lead in where I talk over you or vice versa. But there, when you're in person, you don't see that happen hardly ever. But with them, I notice they're just Excalibur is either on top of JR or JR is just a moment too late, and they're constantly not cohesive. I don't know if they need to have some bonding lunches and get to know each other better so they can pick up on these little clips. But you didn't hear JR and King, cut into each other's sentences, and they could also finish each other's sentences. So if one was saying something, as a bad guy, the other guy could turn around and say, well, you son of a bitch, that kind of idea. With these guys, there's no real sense of direction. I feel like they're all over the place.
And the repeat calls.
No one's heel, no one's face, no one is full-time color, no one's, it's just, they all have such a mixed role that it turns into just mashed potatoes with no flavor. That's what it is. There's no spices.
The next thing that I have a problem with is the repeat calls. So, like, somebody gets Bulldog, like, oh, Bulldog, Young Bucks, Bulldog through the chair! Like, that's the Excalibur's call. And then Tony Schiavone goes, goodness gracious! And then JR goes, what a bulldog through the chair. It's like Excalibur just said that. Like somebody will either JR or Excalibur will say something and they'll repeat themselves. So like, my God, what a tombstone off the second rope, off the middle rope. He got tombstoned. And then JR will be like, good God, he got tombstoned. And it's like, you just called this. Like, a side slam. And then JR will be like, big side slam there. Like Excalibur didn't just call that. It's like, what am I hearing? So like, and I know that we're picking on the commentary tonight, and part of it is because the show tonight was arguably around maybe a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 or something. I don't know. But I'm feeling like most people out there are giving it a pretty good rating. I think we're all giving it a thumbs up tonight. That main event kind of was really good, or really fun to watch. It wasn't exactly a Texas death match or whatever they said. It was more like the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, but
there were some good spots.
Yeah, it was fun.
That super kick with a chair, just holding it in place.
Yeah.
Simplistic, but brutal looking. You know, to the layman, that looks like you're going to take somebody's brain and bash it out of their ear. Jumping from the top of the set looked great. There was a lot of really cool moments. Beating the hell out of, I think it was Matt Jackson when he was inside the trash can.
Oh, yeah.
It just looks effective. Sounds good. There was a lot to it. And I noticed the pyro sounded really concussive tonight.
Yeah,
I don't know if they made any differences, but usually I feel like it sounds more flat. Even with the fire going off, you heard that whoosh that you don't usually get.
Yeah, they put maybe it was the commentary table. They put a mic over near there somewhere.
I am surprised that the Bucks did win because, you know, they won previously against Santana and Ortiz. They kind of keep getting the better of the inner circle. So what's the point going forward if they, you know, keep winning? But
well,
we'll see. I know that this is going to lead to the tag match this time, but it was just
they're probably
we'll see.
It's probably going to be one of two things. Either the Young Bucks are going to put over SCU as keep them on their high as champions.
As JR was trying to exclaim, you know, everyone says, so what if you're the champs? You're not the Young Bucks.
Wow. Yeah, so there you go. So they're like, we really need to make sure that people understand these guys are the champions. So they're either going to do that or there'll be interference from the inner circle next week. So it'll be one of the two.
Interference. It was unique because you figure babyface. It's not. It still could be compelling, but it's less dynamic.
Yeah, the inner circle. I mean, for some reason, I don't know why. I mean, you could argue they do need to win, but I don't think they need to win. That doesn't. Ortiz's loss and their loss. To me,
they just lost to the Bucks multiple times.
Yeah.
It was just, you know, it's happened more than once now.
But they need to solidify SCU. And I think that, you know, if the Young Bucks were a tag team that was picked up by this company, who was a company before, and you went out and got the Young Bucks, I think the Young Bucks would either be tag team champions right now, or they would be wrestling for them anytime soon and they would become the champions. But instead, because the Young Bucks are in this company, then they obviously feel that we need to start creating other stars around us for us to play with. Otherwise, you know what I mean, we're going to be the only guys playing by ourselves. So they can't become champions yet, which is, I think, similar to, obviously, the Cody Rhodes situation. This is the problem when you're the creator of the company, part of the creation of the company. And also when you have another position in the company as a corporate person. I don't know what Nick and Matt are called exactly. I don't remember. Like, they're VPs or they're merch people or something. I don't know what their tagline is backstage. I'm sure they do a lot more than we'll ever know about that they do backstage. But, you know, when you're known to be in that position, like, if they book themselves, they've even gotten criticism for some of these type wins. They haven't won a lot. So you can only imagine what would happen if they had been champions earlier on or they were winning more. They would get that criticism, and they know that. So they've backed way off on themselves. They backed way off on Kenny Omega. Anybody that had something to do with the company, they pretty much backed way off on them. They let the crowd speak for themselves when it comes to Kenny, Cody, and the Young Bucks. But as far as championships, they purposely are handicapping themselves, which I think I agree with them. I think they needed to do that. Otherwise, they would come off as like, oh, we created a company and gave ourselves all the titles. The memes would be everywhere.
Yeah, and Jericho's less egotistical for, you know, in nature for him to win, as it was just he's the most easily recognizable figure that they have.
Well, but also he's not part of that.
He was the most famous star they had.
He's not part of that either. No, Jericho wasn't in Ring of Honor with these guys working their ways up and creating these things.
No, but I'm saying
they went out and hired him
as well.
That's why he's the champ, because they went out and hired him. So he's not part of the
along the way.
Right, and obviously he's the star that he is. So obviously it all makes sense with Jericho. That's exactly why they need him, and Moxley too, because Moxley didn't come up with them and create this with them. He's another guy, outside guy. So Moxley and Jericho are probably ideally who they want to put the spotlight on and keep all of themselves kind of down for a little bit longer before, unless they see a story that makes sense or booking that makes sense. Like, hey, listen, we got to put the belts on the Young Bucks. Yeah, I mean, it's and it will be probably Tony Khan that says, I think it's time to put the belts on you guys. That's probably what will happen. And the Young Bucks will say, you sure, man? Like, we're doing fine how we are. Tony Khan might say, no, I think we got to raise the belts up. We got to raise the level of the belts, But you got to make sure, you got to be careful. You put the Young Bucks there, who the hell's going to beat them? But anyway, tonight was pretty good. Much better than the last couple weeks. Thank God, because we had, 1 or 2 weeks where all wrestling across the board was bad, except NXT kind of had a 7 out of 10 or...
NXT was really good. That was more close to an 8. They had a really good show last week.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of it tonight yet, but a lot of people said that just the intro alone was fantastic. You had the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match, and that apparently was really damn good.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one this week for people. I think that, as usual, I think kind of AEW has their ups and downs throughout their show, and NXT kind of usually has kind of a solid line with a little bit of a blip, depending on what's happening, bad or good. But the spike for AEW is much higher. So what I'm trying to say to you listening right now, who are AEW and potentially NXT fans, is there seems to be more risk and reward with AEW. So sometimes something happens, if it's really good, the spike goes way up high. And sometimes they do something that's kind of really bad, the spike goes way down low. And then it goes up in the middle, and then it goes way up and way down and way up and way down. So you have a good chance on AEW of seeing maybe the best thing of the week, whether it's a promo or whether it's a match. You have a chance of seeing that potentially. But you also have the chance of seeing head-scratching stuff more, like, what was that? The hell are they doing? Or bad, or commentary that's all over the place. You don't know what the commentary is going to be like in AEW, if it's going to be good or bad. It kind of has been both. But with NXT, you have the more safe show, I guess it would be. You know what I mean? Like AEW sometimes goes up to a 9 and then comes down to a 3 and then goes back up to a 7 and then back down to a 3 and then a 9 and a 7 and a 9 and a 10 and a 7. Whereas NXT is always, to me, around a 6, 7, 8, or a 7, 8 maybe. And they just kind of always stay on that rigid line. So if you want the safe, solid show, I guess NXT's for you. But if you want the potential to be to see something different outside the box, and maybe also see something crash and burn, AEW's for you. Because
going through the run through with AEW tonight, or excuse me, NXT, it seems all just very, very straightforward. Match. Backstage vignette type idea, recapping something, match, promo, main event.
Right.
So that seems to be, but all the matches apparently were really damn good. So you'll get an 8 out of it consistently, I bet. But
they just lean heavily on their matches in NXT. Just go out there in NXT and.
Well, that's why I was happy about tonight, though, with AEW, because, excluding the opening, which was to set up something, so I forgive that. We don't see Moxley every week coming out and beating the hell out of, Reynolds and Silver. We don't see him taking local talent and shoving his fist up their ass. It is the second time.
It is the second time, though, that he's come out opening and just beat the shit out of somebody.
So, but at least this time it was backed up. There's a point to it. If it happens next week, then I will gladly change my tune.
I don't think so. I think they got the point across with this.
I think they just wanted to really, encapsulate that he's the it badass and he wants the title.
Yep.
But to get there, Jericho made a very promising offer, and I loved everything Jericho had to say and how, Chris really helped Moxley, Ambrose. They even brought up some of the history they have. I like that he said he crushed him with 50 pounds of. He said something different. He didn't say the plant, but I was wondering if he was going to bring up Mitch, the potted plant, because that was one of the funniest things that Jericho discussed for a long time, saying how, I went ahead and I hit him with this huge 50-pound heavy potted plant. It was supposed to give him a concussion in kayfabe. This was supposed to knock him out. And everybody just cared that I broke Mitch. No one gave a shit that I hit him with it. They were just upset that there was dirt lying on the floor. So that's something I always thought was funny. But, they talked about being put through, hell and into thumbtacks, and when you needed help to get into this company and navigate through, the bullshit, I helped you. Even though you repaid me by laying me out at Double or Nothing, it's okay because I showed you that Moxley is still an asshole and still a winner. Great story here. Gave him an Inner Circle t-shirt, and we didn't get an answer. So a bit of a what-if scenario here, because realistically, I could see him, even as a fan favorite still, joining the Inner Circle. Will it happen? Probably not, but at least they leave us with a what's happening, and is it possible? What's going to happen in the future? I appreciate what they went for here. Jericho was great on the mic, and it was a really strong opening.
Right.
Especially when you look at other openings this week, a la WWE and their lovely divorce segment. So Raw was abysmal to sit through for 20 minutes.
I think
this didn't feel annoying or like it overstayed its welcome at all.
Well, that's why I think that people... I think that's why people really like AEW, and I think that's why we're all here, deciding to do AEW instead of NXT. Despite the fact that I do love NXT, I think one of the reasons why we're here doing AEW is because of the I don't know what's going to happen factor. Like, and yeah, you can say that about NXT in a way. We don't know if Finn Balor shows up or somebody goes heel, I guess, but it's always kind of in that realm of pieces. And while AEW has its problems, the idea that you don't know what's going to happen in AEW, and the idea that the highs are so high when they happen, and if they do happen, you're gambling on your time, that you're watching something that you're going to see one of those moments, or you're going to hear something funny, or you're going to see a great promo, or whatever. Like, so you're really kind of rolling the dice with, I'm choosing this because it's kind of like when you buy a card pack of a game, like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or something, and you buy a pack and you're like, I hope there's a legendary in this card pack. It's like you would rather, like, they have the basic decks where they tell you what's in the decks and you can go buy that in the store, but you'd rather buy a little booster pack with the idea that, hey, something special could be in this card pack.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with AEW. You're watching and you're like, hey, we may see a dud tonight, but man, that chance for a really good show, and there's been more good shows than bad. I think AEW has been 75% a solid thumbs up. I think 75%. But but WWE has been a maybe 15% good. I don't even know. NXT, again, but the highs for AEW are so high. That's what separates them to me. So yeah, there's some nights where we could say, should have watched NXT tonight because they had all these great matches. Yeah, that's great. But AEW's trying to tell stories and stuff like that and do promos and do different things that, they're not just going out there and put these guys one-on-one, go to town. Put these guys one-on-one, go to town. Put these guys 2-2, go to town. AEW did have 1 week where they did that, I remember they did, only wrestling. Some people said that was their best show, but I didn't care for it as much, even though the matches were good. I was like, yeah, those were great. They kept bringing out another match after another match, and they came out and they wrestled well, and it was good. But my favorite week was the promo week, and the week when the week when they punched the glass and Cody came after Jericho? Was that was one or the second best week?
Yeah, it was up there.
One of the top ratings, if not the best one. There was another one though that was. I gave a high rating to it, and people gave it a lower rating who gave the wrestling night a higher rating. But I was more interested in the outside stuff. I like when there's two or maybe two great matches on the card. If you can get two matches that were rewatchable, and then
you're onto something.
Yeah, two rewatchable matches and some promos. With NXT, I don't feel like they're rewatchable. When I watch them live, I'm excited. I'm like, wow, they're killing each other out there. This is cool. But then I don't really want to watch it again. I don't know. I don't understand why that is. But with AEW, I could rewatch a match, but mostly with NXT, I don't want to rewatch it, even though it was good. It's different. Can't explain it. I honestly can't tell you. I know some of this sounds contradiction. I can't tell you why I feel this way. Let me play a donation. I forgot all about that. And my God, it's Christmas time.
You are fucked.
It's Christmas time.
Gotta get the gifts. Santa's on his way.
It is almost Christmas time.
Wow. It's Santa's sleigh. It's Christmas time. It's
Wow.
Christmas time. Let's get it on. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's a Christmas song.
Wow.
It's Christmas time.
It's Jake's Privates.
This is a fucking Christmas song. I wanna fuck Mrs. Claus.
It's Christmas time.
Okay,
5 out of 10. Last match was great. The entire show was just plain boring. Ali and Brandis titties looked great. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to, that was DC Derek. What up, DC Derek? I don't know why, but that time it didn't show the message, but it read the message. What the hell?
Tonight.
Yeah, what is going on? Let me go take a look at text-to-speech. Okay, it's all there. Include... Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's all there. I have no idea what's happening tonight. That's weird. It's
Between Skype and everything else, it's just been one tech issue after the other.
I don't get how the last one didn't read the words at all. This one read the words but didn't show the words. So bizarre. DC Derek, thanks, man. Let me play another one. Let me see what happens on this one. Now I'm getting interested.
Super chat. Super chat.
Butcher is an overweight Silas Young.
Oh yeah, look, that didn't show either. The Butcher is an overweight Silas Young. The Goon, thank you, Goon. Why is the message not showing up? What the hell? At least it's reading it now, though.
At least people can hear what they have to say. That's a plus.
This is weird. Let me do another one.
Super chat. Super chat.
Why is Britt Baker getting a #1 contenders match?
Mike Amelto, why is Britt Baker getting a #1 contenders match? Wasn't she at the top of the rankings a little bit? She's got a lot of wins lined up. I'm pretty sure.
Can someone for God's sakes knock out and fire the sound crew 1/10? The show, however, was
Yeah, the cameras missed a lot of shots tonight as well, and the sound crew, yeah, there's something going on with sound. Man of 1,005 holds, thanks, man. Someone's gonna fire this fucking Streamlabs sound crew, or audio crew, or whatever this is. Everything's breaking everywhere. I'm gonna bet that when I reset my computer again that works, but we'll find out because it was a giant Windows update. And I'm betting maybe it just needs to be reset. But that is strange that the text isn't popping up. What if I do a test donation? Will that... I wonder if that will show them. Something every day is breaking. It's unbelievable.
It's something new each time.
Let's try something that's not long. Maybe, let's do Ryback Finish It because it's funny.
Shut up and bend over. Finish it.
Oh my God, don't finish it. Please don't finish it.
I'm gonna finish it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, Ryback, you sick bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where's the text?
This is a test donation for $1.
All right, well, that's bizarre. Anyway, Jake, what are your thoughts on all, whatever? Anything?
I was happy that the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny beat Cody and QT Marshall. I even appreciated what they did beforehand. At least they're keeping up with correcting the story. That course correction now makes more sense. If we had known this to begin with, it would have been better. But as always with hindsight, that's how it works. So while Cody's, making his way to the ring, MJF says, "I thank Cody for being stupid, and I'm wishing you luck because Cody, you let me choose your partner because your ego is so strong." And he paired him with QT Marshall. So talk about giving Marshall a bit of a, downgrade, at least by the way they're talking about him. Commentary did go ahead and say, "Hey, don't knock him too much. He's got something to offer."
Yeah, he kind of he did do pretty decent, man. He really did. That's a guy who
I enjoyed this match thoroughly, and there was one point where Cody hit the crossroads, and I'm like, "Oh shit, they're gonna have Cody go ahead and win this." And I really thought that was it.
Oh no, yeah, I thought QT was there to take the pin the whole time. I was like, "Oh, poor guy's getting pinned." But you know what? Because his whole thing is he really stopped wrestling. He's only here to help Cody with other things. And his story is that, he kind of wrestling, he was a wrestler for a long time, never made it, and kind of, obviously moved on. And, he's been given an opportunity. So for him to be in the ring right there, I don't think they really wanted to, I guess they didn't want to tell that story, I guess. But the fact that he was in the ring tonight was kind of a big deal for him.
Oh, absolutely.
So that was not really talked about. The only way you would know about that is from the interview that Cody did with him behind the scenes or whatever that was.
Yeah. It's just, I thought it was, sometimes they stray from the obvious, and I was like, oh, he's obviously there to take the pinfall. But then, the way it was, the sequence in the match, and with such a close pinfall, I was like, oh, damn, maybe they are going to let Cody win here. Just because, then he's, he beat your lackeys. Now he's trying to get that much closer to getting his revenge on MJF. So either way, the story would make sense. But I'm glad they didn't because this is the debut match for the Butcher and the Blade. So I appreciate that they won.
Right.
They looked good here. And Cody still kind of was able to, show that he has some friends in the back that are still there to defend him in Darby Allin. So that was cool.
Yeah, I think Darby Allin, it's possible that he's still injured or not quite ready to come back yet, and so that was also a good moment to remind you of Darby Allin or something.
Yeah, just having him out there is more than enough to keep him in your mind as fans, because you start to forget about him, and that's an issue with pretty much they have everything going on right now. So,
yeah.
Even the crowd got into QT Marshall as well, so that was good. They had a really good, solid booked match here. Good highs and lows, and it was fun to watch. Then we had MJF and Wardlow come out. MJF has one of the camera crew come to the ring just so he can give him the crossroads, saying that, oh, you thought mine sucked last week? You laughed? Well, here. And
I like that he went. They brought that up because that was funny.
I did as well. So at least his ego was damaged, and he wanted to go ahead and basically right the wrongs in his mind. He said, "I don't want your money. I don't want your your truck, any of this stuff." He said, "But you did call me a knockoff Chris Jericho, and the fans don't deserve to call me fake. You're the one that's fake." Your blonde hair looks like a cat pissed on your head. That made me laugh. And then he even mocked Cody's his lisp. Said "suffering succotash." That was
that got people pissed. That
great.
Got
people calling him an asshole. They had to keep muting him. We missed a few lines because the crowd was chanting "fuck you" even at one point. So
yeah,
that was and he said, "You're on, but there's going to be stipulations, and I won't tell you what's going to happen."
Well, he said he was in Honkyville.
Yeah, that as well.
Can you imagine if someone says we're in N-wordville?
Oh God.
Because that's it's not the same thing though. People will be like, oh, it's the same thing. And it's not, because again, the words, it's honky, it's I don't know, what would be the equivalent? I don't even know. Blackville? I don't know. You're in Honkyville. Oh, I guess Ghettoville, maybe you could say that or something. Yeah, but you definitely couldn't say that. Honkyville,
no, you couldn't get away with it, but
yeah, Honkyville was pretty funny.
JR was trying to skirt around when Santana and Ortiz were out there explaining the use of the sock weapon.
Right.
because that's how it started, was in prisons. So he's trying to explain the origins, but you can tell he sounded like nervous,
Twice.
like here we go again.
He also went to say he got beat by a government mule tonight, and you could tell JR stopped himself, and I know why, because he's wondering if that's something offensive nowadays. He went, well, he got beat like a, and then he went to say it. He went to say like a government mule, and then he pulled away from it, and I swear to God he stopped saying it because he was like, oh, don't say that, I think, I don't know, like I don't know what's wrong with that, but what was wrong with him bringing up this or that beforehand that people give him so much scrutiny for? You've said it, that the SJW people will consume themselves. It's funny how they held the Star Wars Rey, Daisy Ridley. They held her on such a pedestal, and now they're tearing her apart for some of her stance and positions on things. And then, and she did too, though. SJWs are ripping into her. If Ray shit on the Daisy Ridley, kind of crapped on people and said women power and all this stuff and all these things, and now they're coming for Ray, for Daisy Ridley, because she said that I'm not privileged. Yeah, and it's like, oh, you better say you are. You better say you are, you rich bitch. So now they're coming for her. Yeah, they eat their own. She also said I'm the same as her co-star John Boyega. Yeah, and they're like, oh, you're comparing yourself to a black male? How dare you? And didn't go over well. So enjoy it. It was just then to kind of recover, she started crapping on Trump, so people let off her a little bit. I saw that. So then she defaulted to like, Trump's a racist. I agree with you guys. You know what it's like? It's like, and maybe you don't. Maybe you hate Trump. That's cool. If you actually don't like him, that's fine. But like, if you hate him for the mob mentality reason, it's like, dude, this is the same thing as the witch hunts back in the day. It'd be like, let's kill the witches, let's burn the witches, kill the witches, burn the witches. You're a witch. I'm not. What? I'm not a witch. Oh my God! Like I want to kill the witches and burn the witches too. I'm not a witch. Yes, you are. I think you're a witch. No, I'm not a witch because John's a witch. Like that's what this is. That's all this is. It's small-minded idiots out there all blaming each other for clout or to watch somebody burn or just to be annoying. This whole world is, it's funny because back in 1998 and even after the September 11th stuff, at some point, like you sort of felt like, all right, let's get back, let's get out of war, let's get out of fighting, like let's whatever. You really couldn't see the whole world turning into chaos. But if this keeps up, what you're going to do is you're getting to kids now, like kids are starting to believe all these things, like younger people are believing these things. They're believing that there's this racism, that there's this like everywhere, and that everything they're owed something, or that people have to be some way, or I might be a guy if I'm a girl, all these different things. And I'm not talking about legitimate racism and legitimate like people that want to be transgender and stuff like that. I'm not talking about them. That's fine. That's cool. But I'm talking about the manipulated ones and the people that have been made to think they are when they're not. Crazy mothers who Munchausen syndrome type of stuff, where the mother wants attention so bad she's going to say that her 7-year-old girl wants to be a boy, so she's changing him into a boy. But meanwhile, the kid really doesn't want to be a boy or may not end up being a boy. She's just doing this for attention. Meanwhile, there are other people who really are like that. So, but you're seeing that, and then people are fighting about it, and then they're like disagreeing with things, and she's hurting the real transgender people. But then the straight people who don't like that stuff are using that as an example. So that's an evil. And so then there's some straight people who want to like take out the transgender people for real, and that's creepy and that's evil. But then so now you get all this multiple evils and fighting going in all over the place, and SJW and you're white privilege and you're black this and we're racist and like everybody's just battling all this shit. And man, what's going to happen eventually is you're going to start seeing way worse stuff go on. You're going to see some really crazy shit, and you're gonna see some Blade Runner like weird. Remember back in the 80s when the future was mostly shown bleak and creepy and crazy? Yeah, like, this dystopian wasteland. Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, we couldn't see that back then. We were like, that's ridiculous. And even in the 90s, especially, we were like, yeah, that was wrong. 1998, we were like, yeah, that was wrong. But even in 2004, we were like, yep, that was all wrong. But now, it's starting to feel like it could get to that point.
Now it's an easier reality to believe.
China, like the country China, you can't go to a certain hospitals if you have done bad things that are deemed bad in the past. You can't ride trains if you're pissed on a cop in public. Like you're banned from riding the train for life, or like if you just said something that people don't agree with on social media, you're banned from riding a train. Like you're banned from shopping at certain places. Like it's just weird. Like
I know they have Jake Hager in a non-speaking role on AEW.
Yeah.
So if he wasn't speaking, if he was speaking before tonight, then I would have said he was being punished in some way. But he Time magazine announced their person of the year being Greta Thunberg, Thunberg, whatever you say her name. And he commented on it. He said, "You know what a joke you have become, or probably have always been? Good luck." And people started tweeting it, him endlessly, grown man hating on a teenager trying to make a critical change. And he's saying, what critical change? All she is propaganda. People didn't like that, obviously. And the first big tweet I saw, was I wondered who would be the first moron to screw up the good vibe and social equity AEW has built up.
Right.
So, of course, AEW is all about, inclusivity and, including everyone and being pretty socially moral. And now with him on here, there was a slew of tweets to AEW. Fire this man, cancel him, ruin his life, all this stuff, ruin his livelihood. So when he got on commentary tonight and kept with the silent facade, part of me was like, oh, it's a good thing he didn't say anything and he has that role.
He's been silent, so.
But he's been, so it's a good thing he didn't get a chance to open his mouth. But had he, usually spoke, then and they not let him, but there were so many tweets. I hope he falls down a flight of stairs and hits every, just so many direct attacks.
You know the difference between NWA and AEW, I bet you they do nothing.
AEW, I don't see them doing anything.
And you know what's crazy? I think
he's been very outspoken on his Twitter before.
But Cody Rhodes probably loves that girl too. Probably loves her. Probably has the magazine hanging up in his house. But it's like he doesn't fire Jake Hager, but NWA, the first sniff of the competition fans, AEW fans, come after Jim Cornette, and they fire him. They got you. You played yourself. You idiot NWA morons, Dave Lagana, Billy Corgan. You guys are stupid. Like the enemy brand fans attacked your guy. You got rid of him. And then pissed off your own fans. How many people are writing all over the place? I'm not watching NWA. How are the NWA ratings going right now? They got it. They got you. You idiots. You played yourself. Like they got you. Meanwhile, at AEW, Jake Hager could probably write crazier shit tomorrow. He'll still be there because they don't care about anything. Like, they just care about the entertainment for the most part. Maybe something more sinister happens, whatever. Let me check the donations out.
Bunny has some great childbearing hips.
Hey, the font's back. Although this is the first Super Chat, so maybe it's got something to do with only the Super Chats work. What the hell is going on tonight? Robo Noet's what's up? Bunny, yeah. Bunny's very nice. No doubt about it. Bunny is very nice. Bunny is looking good. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say about Bunny, man. I like that they did bring up Allie. They brought up, like, hey, she had her hair cut. She was attacked by Brandy and Kong a few weeks ago. Maybe this is why this has happened to her. What's going on? At least there was some, like, speculation to that. They brought that up. That's pretty cool. But, I don't know. John Hayes has subscribed to the channel. What's up, John Hayes? Everybody in the chat needs to pour John Hayes a damn beer right now. Pour this man a beer. He needs one. Right now.
Wow.
All right, relax, Onision. Relax, brother. YouTube's going to probably take him out soon, any minute.
You would really do that?
What if the turkeys ate us?
Oh, it's turkey time!
What if they filleted us? What if they killed us and ate our children?
What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, let's go! If they had to hate us, the Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butt.
You
the
are
turkeys
fucked.
ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? Shit. What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts? What if
Eat
the
our nuts,
turkeys
eat our
ate
butts.
us instead of mashed potatoes? Instead the turkeys ate us.
7.5 out of 10 tonight. Production crew needs to get their shit together faster than JR because it's unbearable. I loved the MJF and Jericho segment with Mox. I thought the Young Bucks would take the pin for sure for PNP. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that might happen too, but I don't know, man. I didn't know. It could have gone either way on that one. Soundwave 92. Thank you to the Soundwave 92, man. Feast on humans. The turkeys. How many turkeys ate humans during the holidays, I wonder? We may never know, but it could have been a whole lot. It could have been a whole hell of a lot. So, thank you, Soundwave 92, for the 29. What up, Soundwave? My brother from another mother.
Oh, shit!
Oh my God, I love Seth Rollins.
Joe here talking about Mystery Mom with her boy-girl/girl-boy Blade Runner future and all this. Keep fighting the power, Joe. Love, Steve from Going in Raw.
Steven Larson for the $25. Thank you, man. Was that really Steve? It can't be really Steve. Come on. Steve would not really donate the $25 and say that, would he? He would do it on Super Chat, wouldn't he? But thank you to Steven Larson. What did he say?
Pour me a beer. I've got a new subscriber.
Blade Runner future and all this. Keep fighting the power, Joe. I wonder who that really was. ZFU. What up, ZFU? Much appreciated, bro. What's been up? Let me get Jake unmuted. I thought maybe the sounds would trigger.
Nope, I can't hear shit.
They
might be Steven Larson, though. They did bring back their good old top 10 series that they started in the Machinima days.
Oh, yeah?
And they had a gimmick on there from years back, going like 8 years, where Steve used to wear a bag he got from Target over his face, and he was the targeted. And they brought that back and made me laugh.
Well, you're a mark.
I am indeed. I saw a clip earlier today. I don't know if it's old or not. It was posted just recently, but it was Key and Peele. They had their sketch show. I don't know if they're still making just new content, or I thought their show was off Comedy Central at this point, but they went ahead and they had Hogwarts Wizarding School for inner city kids. And it was all, just the thing was poor as hell, and they were placing last. It was so goddamn funny the way they did it. They're geniuses when it comes to their sketch stuff.
Yeah,
and
right.
I got to send it to you later. It was I actually, it's rare to truly like laugh out loud like a maniac, and it was hilarious.
Oh yeah, it was Steve. Okay, it really was Steve. What's up, Steve? How you doing, man?
Hey,
it was from Steve.
I've been watching them for over a decade. It's crazy.
It really was Steve because I checked his PayPal. I was like, let me just check his make sure. Because people troll as Steve and Larson all the time. You know what I mean? They fuck around. He's probably heard in here. Well, I was in their chat the other day. I forget. What did I say to you guys yesterday, Steve? What did I come in and say? I went in there and I super chatted.
What did you do now?
I super chatted. Well, no, every once in a while I go in there and I say something. But no, I said something the other day and I can't remember what it was now because as I was in the middle of a discussion with somebody in the chat, and then, I messaged it out, and now I don't remember what I said because I bailed because the kids, one of the kids did something, and Leah was like, I need help with something, so I had to bail on it. But I was in the middle of this discussion, and then I had super chatted something, and now I can't goddamn remember what it was. But either way, anyway, we'll go back.
I remember arguing with Steve because he didn't want to go to WrestleMania, and I was like, "You're a friggin'! I'd give you my left arm and right nut to go to WrestleMania."
Wait, the year that I went? Or?
It was in 32 in Dallas, I believe it was. And
yeah, I didn't want to go either.
It doesn't matter. He's like, "Oh, but I don't want to go." I was like, "You just go." Larson was trying to convince him too. So
I didn't want to go either. I mean, like I
get it because you get fatigued out. It's a long day and all that stuff. But I'm like, don't miss a chance to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it was such a big lineup. Even if you're not a fan of all the matches, like you still get to see a ton of people, and there's so much going on, and you don't want it is a true spectacle of sports. So you don't want to miss that.
I mean, I saw it in '98.
So
I saw it.
And I'm like, go!
I drove 15 minutes to the Garden in 1998 for WrestleMania 14. It was so much easier than flying across the U.S. to whatever.
Exactly. Now, I don't think it would be anywhere near Tri-State except for New York. Obviously.
Thank you, Steve, for the donation. That probably is all the money, the $5 donations I've donated to them all year. So we just gave it back. Steven Larson, thank you. The Soundwave 92, thank you. And ZFU, thank you for subscribing. What else have we not talked about here as far as AEW goes?
We're talking about MJF, and he goes ahead, and he says that I'm going to put a stipulation for this match. I'm not going to tell you what. I'll give you that in Jacksonville. So that'll be after the new year. But at least, he said, I'm better than you and you know it, and I'm in control now. It gives us something to look forward to, and we know that they're definitely going to get a match. And we're getting lethal leap year, motherfuckers. We're finally having it happen. So they're going to be, I forget the name of the show that they advertised, but to me it's lethal leap year since it's on leap year next year. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, we weren't getting a pay-per-view for them for quite some time. And now we know February 29th we're getting one. So at least when they come back from their break after next week, it's going to be full steam ahead because they're going to have the Jericho Cruise show. Then they're going to have, if they do Bash at the Beach, I'm not sure if they're still doing that or not. I haven't heard them say anything about it since WWE kind of stepped in. And it's been, kind of quiet.
What do you think they call it? Like, let's say they don't want to get involved in the legal. Let's say they have to give up. They have to give it up, and they can't call it Bash at the Beach. What do you think they call it? Beach party?
Party in the sand,
No, beach party. I go beach party. Beach party. Beach bowl. Yeah. Beach bowl.
Exactly. Party at the beach if they wanted to,
No, I'd go beach party.
Beach party works the best because it's simple. It's catchy.
It sounds like something they'd like. Like Beach Party 2, Beach Party 3. It sounds like a bad porno, but whatever.
But it works. I don't know. Insiders get the reference, and other people just go with it. So this is when we had Alex Reynolds. He was lying in the hotel room bed there watching TV, and the Dark Order was speaking like directly to him. And like I said, I like this kind of Illuminati-ish side to the Dark Order. The more ominous and outright creepy than satanic and demonic. Try and be less Ministry of Darkness and more all-knowing. I think that would be a better gimmick for them, and it seems to be working a bit more.
Well, if they were all-knowing, they could win the tag team titles.
Well, I think that's something that they might have to adjust with, but we'll see. So then Reynolds comes in, and he's like, "Who you talking to?" Or Silver comes in, and Reynolds is kind of talking to the TV still, and John's like, "Who are you talking to?" And Alex is like, "I don't know." So he plays it off, but it this is pre-taped, so it's funny since they got destroyed in the opening, and now they're they're in the hotel just relaxing. And it would have been good if they weren't already seen tonight, I think, as well. But that's a very, very, very minor gripe. Then we get Big Swole recently officially hired to AEW, so she's on full time taking on Sakura, and this was a really good match, one of the better women's matches.
My only gripe with her is she was somebody who really backed ACH. She backed a mentally ill psycho.
Not a good look.
But yeah, no, she was great. I thought it was a good sign because they need a woman like her. They need somebody else. They need more women to come into this division.
They need several women. They need more than just one.
This division's a mess.
Yeah, and it was a good back and forth. Swole beat Sakura, and there we go. So gives her a huge victory on her way in. Sakura's been one of the top with tons of experience, and they did try and explain that on commentary as well, saying how she's, as Emmy's a veteran in the ring. She's been around for a long time, and they played off Swole more as the newcomer. So it was a good look to see her get such a prestigious victory right off the bat.
Yeah, well,
some people said it didn't feel as meaningful, but we've seen Sakura be pretty dominant so far, I feel. Or at least she's more notable with their women's division.
They've tried to portray her as this really good veteran teacher, but she's also dangerous in here. But then, unfortunately, she comes out with a mustache and a microphone and looks like an idiot.
Yeah, the Freddie Mercury gimmick has to go, but...
Yeah, I mean, unless she was like
I'm not a fan of it, personally.
No, I mean...
It's different. People are like, oh, you like different. I mean, she's trying to differentiate herself best she can.
You know what it reminds me of?
But
she reminds me of, like, my mom or something, like, trying to, like, get over with the kids, like, trying to be fun.
Yeah, I could be cool, too, trying to emulate, something you see on TikTok.
But also, she seemed, like, I thought she was a heel at first, and now... But then it was like she was kind of booked as sort of the... Maybe there aren't heels or faces, but I thought she was being booked as a heel, and then she was doing that. And so then I thought that was to annoy people. But then I was like, SCU does that. Christopher Daniels comes to the ring like an idiot, shucking and jiving around with a microphone that's fake. And it's the same thing as her. It's the same gimmick. And that one's kind of lame too. But he gets over.
Minus the AIDS victim, yeah.
Right. But he gets over because there's two other guys and the SCU, and it's so goofy, dumb that people like it. And I think that's what Amy Sakura wanted, but it doesn't work out. I don't know, man, but it is weird that it's the same thing. I mean, was Christopher Daniels not in the back when she came out? Because he did that first, that I've seen.
Yeah, that's been going on for a good while, I feel like.
In AEW, at least. So,
yeah.
Was he not sitting in the back when Amy came out with that microphone? And thinking
maybe he's just they're thinking like, oh, she's trying to emulate Freddie Mercury, so it's different enough.
It's the same thing almost, though.
But she has a mustache.
Yeah,
I agree with you, but
a yeast infection
and AIDS. But
oh no, what the?
Can't be Freddie Mercury unless you go all the way.
Oh God.
Then we get Kenny Omega, Hangman Page. They're taking on Shawn Spears, Kip Sabian. Penelope Ford is with them as well.
Yep.
We see Blanchard talking behind the scenes while everybody's coming out and saying the key to his success is teaming with Arn Anderson was learning to become one and think like one another. And he said that they're trying to find a good partner for Spears. And this was a good match, good back and forth. I just wish they didn't have the lights out moment. That was really silly. I
don't get it.
Didn't fly well. It took away from a really good match. And, it had everything we needed as far as story already because Spears and Janela just could have, had, this could have been done after the match. I know they wanted a way to kind of protect Spears almost, but it didn't look great.
Yeah.
So, and I forgot to mention, but before this, Pac went ahead and he was on sitting backstage and saying how, I came here for opportunity and I've faced nothing but injustice and I've put on great performances. I've gotten nothing in return. And this is it. If I don't get my rubber match with Omega, you're not going to know what happens next. You're not going to, I'm not going to be responsible for what I do. So he was very determined. Good to see him giving an actual promo. I don't think we've seen that on Dynamite yet from him. So it was a good thing to hear him speak finally.
I don't think it was good to see that. Yeah, there was a lot of little good like that. We needed to see it.
And they have Omega obviously and Page teaming again next week. So it's interesting that they're kind of framing them as a tag team at this point. But obviously Kenny Omega and Pac are going to happen again. We'll get the rubber match out of those two. So besides the lights out and how it led to the ending, that was the only negative to this. The V-trigger looked great. There was a few moments that I was like, oh yeah, it was just a good match, but I'm just tired of the lights out angle.
Yeah.
Then we got Brandy Rhodes, and like I said, I enjoyed this. You could say that it was just a bit of redundant, but I thought she was.
No, it wasn't redundant. It was just it was weird that she was I mean, it made
she was explaining her motivations. You know, she's saying that the women's division is in dire straits. Our champion is non-existent, and everything's on the shoulders of one woman. You know, they've put it all on Britt Baker, and they only put it on her because of who her boyfriend is. And she said that, you know, Baker's nothing more than just a pathetic groupie, basically calling her a ring rat. And you see whoever was with her last week, I forget her name, Maria there, she shows up and she's got her head shaved, and Brandy said, you know, the offer still stands to Statlander, and the family is nearly complete. And then she's rubbing some guy's head who's facing away from the camera. She says, not yet, and it fades to black. So there's a good explanation for her of what she's trying to do. She's trying to reinvent the women's division. So that's at least a proper motivation for this heel, you know, squad. And as well as we have a good reveal coming possibly as to who is this. And it's not anyone that I recognized. I don't know if you did, but
no,
it's just another bald guy at this point.
Like Gold Dust. I mean,
it kind of had that look to it, like Dustin. So
is that Dustin with white hair? Who is this guy?
We got Luchasaurus taking on Sammy Guevara. Right before this, Jericho comes out and they say he's not scheduled to be here, you know, for a match. And he and Jake Jake. I always want to call him Jack still. Jake Hager.
So
go
doesn't
ahead.
JR.
Yeah, he's done that multiple times too. They get rid of Excalibur and Tony, tell him get the hell out of here before I make you, and they want to sit down with JR. So I did enjoy the commentary for this part because obviously Jake is silent and Jericho's a star, and him and JR going back and forth was unique enough and funny to listen to. The match was good. This is one of the shorter ones of the night, excluding the opening. I don't really consider that a match. That was more of like a show of strength from Moxley, but this one was a little over 6 minutes, and I liked what they had here. He said that Luchasaurus is not a legit dinosaur. No one can convince me, and that next week there's no way that Jungle Boy is going to be able to go 10 minutes against me. And after the match, all hell breaks loose, and lo and behold, Jungle Boy rolls up Jericho after jumping over the top rope and gets him into a pin, and Marco Stunt counts to 3. So he got a 3 count over Jericho. Now it doesn't count. It's not official, but it certainly helps to his point that, you know, I can beat you. Now next week isn't for the title when they face each other, which I originally thought it was a title shot. I guess I misunderstood that, but next week's big holiday special, where they're also having the tag title defenses as well, should be a good show. You know, it's a 10-minute time limit for, you know, Jericho and Jungle Boy, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Jungle Boy is very quick, and most of the people that Jericho has worked with so far, not everyone, is on a bit of a slower state, so I think there's going to be a lot of fast action with this one.
Yeah, if I was Jericho, I'd look to take advantage early and then let kind of Jungle Boy go off, and then probably have the last-minute low-blow pin victory type of thing.
Yeah. Or you'll get to the time limit, and he can at least say, I didn't beat Jericho, but I did last 10 minutes.
Right.
And that'll kind of make him a star in the process. Because everybody that Jericho has faced so far, he's made a star out of on the way of, you know, his championship reign. He obviously hasn't lost, but whoever he's faced has certainly got a bit of the bubbly rub.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been...
You look at Darby Allin, you look at, you know... it just time and time again it's happened. So
I mean, I get just getting people in there to get him, you know, in front of Jericho to help elevate people, but one of the things is
Scorpio Sky.
Yeah,
you know.
but to me it'd be nice also if, you know, you could get those guys in there and then they, like, it was somebody who was about to have some kind of push or something was going on with them, but it seems like it's kind of like, hey, next guy up, you know, gets a shot at the champion. You know, it just, one of the things that I'm noticing, unfortunately, by doing this, as much as we are liking it, in a way, is, you know, the champion, your main champion, Jericho, he just seems miles above most of these guys. And when they step in there with him, sometimes I don't see them being elevated. I see it more like being ridiculous, if that makes any sense. Like, I think people need to start getting these guys more over in the other areas, and then when they come up, it makes more sense. It's kind of like Scorpio Sky. He got over with the audience really loudly for a couple times in a row, weeks in a row. And then, he got that sort of pin on Jericho. And it felt like he it felt like he deserved that title shot that night. This Jungle Boy one doesn't feel like that. This feels kind of just weird to me.
If it was Luchasaurus, I would, I see your point. But yeah, Jungle Boy, it doesn't quite fit. It's not believable. He's not credible enough.
Wait a minute. Why would you see my point if it was Luchasaurus?
I think Luchasaurus is someone that could be seen close to an equal, someone that could actually give Jericho a challenge for the title. But he's still not. But I'm saying the opposite. Jericho is. That's what your overall.
Yeah, I'm saying the opposite though. Yeah, is the Jungle Boy doesn't feel like he deserves anything.
Yeah, maybe I'm not phrasing it right. I'm saying this is more of a disservice to Jericho than anything they've done so far.
Hey, my doggy.
I see what you're saying, but
you want to kiss my doggy, Jake?
Because
you want to kiss my dog? My dog just came down. You want to kiss my doggy?
On which end?
Come here, doggy.
But honestly, because Jericho is so dominant so far, he's not going to lose. I mean, at least in the other matches so far, there maybe was a slight chance, 10%, maybe less, but there was a little bit of believability somewhere in the match. Him against Jungle Boy, it's just, Jungle Jack. It's not going to happen.
Come here.
There's no way. So that's unfortunate. If it was Luchasaurus, you'd be like, damn, he's a big guy. But none of them feel on the level that Jericho is. And that's a big problem. And again, that's what we're working with. And I think they're trying to remedy that. It certainly seemed like tonight they had those intentions, but they still have a huge problem with everyone else feeling less than Cody and Jericho. Even Omega is at a point right now where he's, kind of down a few rungs.
Omega?
Yeah. I feel like his star power kind of fell a little bit.
You want to see Puppy? You want to be on TV, Puppy? You want to be on TV, Puppy?
You want to be famous?
You want to be famous with Jake? You want to say hi to Jake? Say hi to Jake. Come on, say hi to Jake.
Didn't tear the tree down yet.
No, she didn't tear the tree down yet. Bye, baby. It did fall down, though, the other day.
We have to tie ours up so the cats don't destroy it entirely.
Yeah, ours was leaning the wrong way. It fell down. One ornament broke. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Luckily, the angel didn't break. The angel head is porcelain, and it's Leah's grandmother's, the one that died like a year and a half ago. And so she got her angel from the tree. And the thing, I don't know how it didn't break, but thank God it didn't break.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Nobody's on the level of Jericho. I said I'm thankful they're making an attempt to try and make new stars.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, these guys, Jericho's making them into a star, but they still, after facing him, they get that rub. They are elevated. They're going somewhere, but it just isn't enough to get them anywhere near the realm of Jericho.
Yeah, they got
who's a true contender for Jericho's title right now? Cody, Moxley, and Omega would be, the three. People could say Pac. I could see it, but I don't know if that would go over as well as you think.
Yeah, and if Luchasaurus had a singles push or for some reason and he was beating people,
consistently winning time and time again, then you could be like, oh damn, he's ready. But they haven't done that. Omega's been in tag matches recently. You got him pairing with Hangman again next week, so he doesn't have the most stellar singles history either, and that's why I feel like he's kind of gone down a rung as far as, like, maybe not star power, that's not the right word, but standings. His stock dropped a little bit. He doesn't feel like the very next contender for the title, as when they started it was like, holy shit, Omega.
Right.
I don't feel like he has that same allure as he once did.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's been... I still think, though, that any minute you could book Kenny Omega and it would feel like a big match, like, no matter what it is. I mean, like, him and... He showed that with... He's the guy. Omega's the guy that should be the guy helping these guys. Like, look at Omega and Joey Janela. They had that amazing dark match, but the problem is, that was a sort of hardcore type of thing, so maybe that helped out as well, but... Kenny Omega really helped Joey Janela there. I don't know what the answer is. Like, Darby Allin kind of got himself over. Darby Allin kind of did with all the stuff he was doing.
Yeah.
The Cracker Barrel shit and the coffin drop and skateboarding stuff. Like, all that stuff. Like, Darby Allin kind of is one of those guys that he sort of forced himself into the spotlight. He really did. Like, he got in there, and people really got excited for him all of a sudden. So, he's somebody who's done better. I think that the Jungle Boy is kind of the weakest one so far to face Jericho.
It's more of a gimmick than anything. And like I said, he may not lose, but he certainly won't. He won't win. You know what I mean? Especially with it being not for the title. And I know what they're going for. I really think it's just going to be a time limit match.
Wait, it's not for the title?
No, it's not for the title. Well, that's what I said before. I thought I was crazy, but I thought that was the whole point. That it was for the title.
I could see this being one of those things where he does win because, like, there's multiple interference. And, like, one of the last things is, like, Luchasaurus gets in the ring and boots Jericho in the face. And then, they set it up where Jungle Boy pins Jericho.
I think they got the pin tonight to make people believe it could happen that way. Mm-hmm. But they keep saying over and over and over again, he couldn't last 10 minutes with me. He couldn't last 10 minutes. And now there's a 10-minute time limit. So I think that's what they're going for above all else.
Like that he lasted 10 minutes?
Yeah. It'll go to the time limit. And Jericho can say, you didn't beat me. But then he can say, well, I didn't lose either.
Yeah. You said I wouldn't last 10 minutes with you, and I did.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, that could be
But I don't know why it's not for the title, because that was the whole point. They told Jericho, you have to defend your title one more time before the end of the year. That's how his promo started. And then he read off his lexicon, all the names of people that wouldn't get a title shot. Then Jungle Express comes out and says, hey, listen, this is how it's going to be. And you saw, Jungle Jack challenge him, and I thought it was for the title. So I don't know when the hell that changed, but...
Yeah,
Jacob, I agree as well. They definitely need mid-card titles. It's at the point where when they come back from the new year, that has to be introduced.
In a minute, I'm going to take a call. I will try to take one call and see if Skype is working. And in the meantime, let me play some more of your thoughts out there.
I thought AU was okay loving Moxley, though.
Thank you, Casey Rose. What up, Casey Rose? Liked AEW. Again, the font's not reading. I don't know why the words aren't showing, but they are reading, so that's good news.
Ho, 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 Merry... Ho, ho, ho,
Wait, now the right donation's playing again.
Christmas night, I got too drunk on Christmas night. I should've hung myself from the Christmas nights. I got too fucking drunk on Christmas night. I got too fucking drunk on Christmas night. I should've hung myself from the Christmas lights. I got too fucking drunk on Christmas night. I hope Santa runs me over with his goddamn sleigh. I should've, boom. I should've,
ho, ho, ho.
I should've got drunk on Christmas. Woo. Come on, you getting drunk.
Not sure why the next PPV needs to be in Chicago again. I think they got plenty of love and should expand further out west. I hope AEW win it out in court for Bash at the Beach because the name carries so much history. Happy holidays everybody, lol.
Hey, yeah, absolutely, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Soundwave, for the $31. Got too drunk on Christmas donation. I didn't even know that donation worked anymore. Or maybe it's the Charlotte Flair one that plays this video but not the right song. So yeah, the $31 Christmas night donation is working. That's impressive. And that's damn good to know. That's Jake right there.
You are fucked.
That's him right there. Crashing into a car. Oh man. Anyway, speaking of eggnog, a guy I used to watch every once in a while stream, Diablo, got banned from everything the other day. I don't know if you know about that, but can you believe this, Jake? This guy lost his...
That's insane.
He lost his WoW, his everything Blizzard. I'll tell you more about it in a minute. It's kind of crazy. Well, later on. Oh, shit. Canadian Addict. Or Addict.
$69. Fuck Debe, just kidding. Poop on a dildo. You ever have to clean shit off of one of those? It is a really gross task. In my opinion, December is the worst month for wrestling in general and has been for a while. What are your all's thoughts?
Yeah, it's usually the worst. It's usually bad. Even the beginning of January and all of December. Canadian Attic, I mean, you're 100%. I think we've all known that too. But we still got hope, you know? So. Oh.
Joe, stop playing that clip.
Crystal sounds amazing there. I would put her in my porn.
What is the context of that?
Oh,
I basically bust in on her.
Oh. God damn it. Anyway. Yeah, Jake, what happened was this guy who streams Diablo, Eggman.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
So what Eggman did was, and I'm not going to bore people too much. I'm sure nobody gives a shit. But AEW, wait a minute, what? Please change this donation. Denise, which one? Wait a minute, which one are we talking about? Which one are you talking about, Denise? Yeah, Eggman got banned because he leveled up like 5 Diablo characters to 150, or to getting them into 150 greater rifts.
Yeah.
Which, just to give you an idea, the amount I play Diablo, I'm only able to solo a 110 rift, greater rift on my character, my main character. I'm only able to do a 110. This guy was doing 150s with 5 different characters on season, which is starting from the beginning to the end. So, like, anyway, he didn't think it was an exploit, he thought, and some of the people watching him weren't sure. Which, to me, I was like, well, this is going to be hit probably for, whatever. But I didn't think that he would get in that much trouble. He got in, they banned got rid of his everything. Diablo's gone, World of Warcraft for like 10 years is gone.
Jesus.
Like, everything he's ever done ever is gone. Like,
I understand if you're like directly trying to market and sell exploits and people that sell cheat packs, and...
Oh, the poop donation. I get it, Denise. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah, so, and you think about it, too. So, he got banned on Twitch for a week as well, because he was doing exploits but he already did this month, like a while ago, and now they're saying, oh, that was an exploit, and they've gone back to ban him from everything. He also discovered a similar break in the game, and he went to Blizzard and told them. And so, like, he actually was one of the people that called out an older exploit and told them about it. So I don't think I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have done it. I would have been like, something's wrong with this. Obviously, I'm getting, multiple characters to 150. I'm kind of worried about this. But yeah, so it's just crazy, man. You got banned from everything. So whatever, anyway. So most people don't know what I'm talking about, so who cares? But it's just a wild thing to lose all that. And now he can't stream on Twitch, because if he does, then Blizzard will go to Twitch and be like, yeah, he's not allowed to be playing this game. We banned him. And so then Twitch will ban him from streaming.
Yeah, so he has to find something else entirely? Or
he's a Path of Exile fan, so he'll play Path of Exile, but it's
well, it sucks to be limited because of bullshit.
Yeah.
If it's in the game and you didn't modify the game and you didn't do anything to alter the code, then that's on the developers. If they didn't patch it out,
I agree.
That's on them.
I agree, man. I don't get it. He's banned. He lost everything.
It's like going to a nice movie theater and using the recliner. Well, we told people no reclining today.
I can't even tell you what the exploit is.
They're built in. That's a shitty example, but
Blizzard is so bad right now that I can't even tell you on stream what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, YouTube's even worse. I mean, their new terms of service. I was talking about it with Trailbound, who also said you should make it bubbly at the beach. I thought that was funny. That's
bubbly at the beach. That's a good one.
Bubbly at the beach. That's a good one.
Bubbly at the beach.
Bubbly at the beach.
Hosted by Jericho, yeah.
See, that's a perfect one.
But he's already doing the cruise, though, so it's kind of like, I mean, come on.
Well, isn't it during the cruise they were supposed to have that? I don't know.
Oh, really? Well, if they do that, then do Bubbly at the Beach. I mean, then it's kind of like SmackDown. Like, they took The Rock saying and made it a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works perfect.
And make Jericho saying
YouTube is no longer allowing content that they consider malicious in any way.
Yeah.
So if you go against anyone that's got, protected attributes, that's how it's labeled. That includes their race, gender, expression, sexual orientation. You're screwed. And it's such a gray explanation that literally it's manipulated in such a way and retooled so that they could just remove entire channels.
Oh yeah, it's just there. I mean, honestly, this is already in place. Like everybody's like,
well,
oh no,
well,
here they
now
come.
it's even more finalized. And he made a great point too. He said because everyone was focusing on the Trump stuff, the shooting, Time Magazine. So today's the day they chose to release their updates, so it could just be swept under the rug. It's all about the show game. Follow the queen.
But to be fair, I will say this. To be fair, they've said December 10th for like 3 months now. So we did know December 10th was the day, and that was yesterday.
I thought that was just for COPPA, not the terms of service.
No, COPPA's January 1st.
Okay.
But we knew about December 10th was the new. Basically, it's the same rules we've had though. That's why I'm not like flipping out. It's the same thing that's been going on.
But now it's stricter.
But they've verbalized it. They've what do you want to call it? They've
they made it official.
They put it in writing for you. Yeah, it wasn't in writing for you before, but it was there. It was already there. They were already taking everybody out for this, but now it's in legal writing for you. But it's not vague like. But yeah, I mean, here's the rules. You want to know the rules to YouTube and Twitter and Facebook at this point? The rules are this: we can get rid of you for any reason at any point, even for no reason. That's the. We can get rid of you. We don't like you.
And then they tried to we clarified, if it is a documentary or a scripted satire, you're not going to be removed in certain contexts. Neither will clips featuring or discussing powerful people like high-profile government officials or CEOs of major, corporations. YouTube will decide when videos meet these exceptions or not. So basically, if you're not on their team, you have no choice. Someone like Crowder would be gone, and so many others. So you can't even jokingly say things anymore without it. Even if you said, this is a joke, and say it, they could still decapitate you in the process.
Well, that's why it's important for whoever you watch out there on YouTube, whatever you're watching, especially if it's a right-wing person or like conservative people. I mean, not that I care, but if you are somebody who likes those type of people, you better follow them everywhere else because they're going to be leaving pretty soon. But yeah, BitChute, Facebook, my website. The most important thing is to know that I have my website. Know that I have JoeCronenShow.net, and that's where things are going to emanate from probably at some point. JoeCronenShow.net and Patreon.com/JoeCronenShow. Make sure you become a patron. And, you're following me on all my YouTube accounts. Evil Spectrum 3, Corrupted Nation, here on Joe Cronin Show. My Instagram is Instagram.com/JoeCronenShow. But yeah, my website's the most important because that's my website. So make sure you are aware of it. Just if you ever have to look for me, obviously that's where I could be.
Essentially so. And last for AEW Dynamite is obviously the main event. So we had Proud and Powerful Santana and Ortiz with Sammy Guevara taking on the Young Bucks. Right away, the Young Bucks go ahead and come out. They got their pyro flying with the Young Bucks, and they went ahead and immediately got attacked. The bell rang. I don't know why the bell rang.
No, the bell rang because it's a street fight, so I guess they figured, get it on, let's go.
I guess, but isn't it every match supposed to start in the ring? Like, they've had rulings with that before, even in AEW, where they're not in the ring, so the match didn't start yet.
There's multiple problems with this opening. Okay, and I'll tell you what they are right now. You nailed it with that. But the first thing is the bell rings. Okay, so I guess the bell rings because, again, they want to get it going, I guess. But yeah, you're right. Usually it has to start in the ring. JR then goes on to say, the bell hasn't rung yet. After the bell rings and after they're fighting,
they're just ringing the bell to stop the chaos.
Yeah, so it's not official yet. The bell hasn't rung yet. He says, and then nobody says anything. And then a few minutes later, there's a pinfall, and he announces the pinfall. Then never retracts his comment or says, I guess the bell did ring. So JR has no idea what the fuck he's saying.
But I can't blame him because it's supposed to start in the ring. Yeah, so but that's the history of wrestling.
Even though he could have said that. He could have said, well, in AEW, the referee...
Or for the Texas Death, street fight, whatever, the Texas street fight.
No, I mean, all he has to say is, looks like they decided the match is going to start now. It's not fair, but apparently the bell did ring earlier and I missed it, or something. But he didn't say any of that. He said...
No, that's why I was so confused. I thought it was just going to continue as a beatdown rather than actually make it a match. I was like, oh, well, there goes the match. And I didn't think when the bell had rung, I thought it was just them ringing the bell to be, the usual cut the shit out bell ring.
You know what I don't like about BitChute real quickly is I had a few people donate to my BitChute account to test it. I never got the money.
Yeah, a lot of people said they have payment issues on BitChute, and monetization is real piss poor over there.
But what also happened is on BitChute, it's PayPal. You click on the thing and then there's a PayPal and you pay. It never showed up in my PayPal. It showed up that I paid on PayPal, but it never showed up where the money is.
Yeah.
I never got money that people sent me on BitChute. So
that's weird.
That's bizarre.
So Brandon Cutler runs out to check on the Young Bucks, trying to help, and he gets put through the usual spot on the stage. It's become Santana and Ortiz's go-to. Matt gets tossed, to the floor below, and it just all hell is really breaking loose. And you got the Indie Taker on Guevara. As I mentioned before, the chair shot looked fantastic with a super kick into the chair. That one really stood out for me.
You know what? That was really good because you get the chair a little higher than his head, and when you kick it, it rolls over his head.
Yeah.
So after it hit him, it flipped away, and then I forget who it was, Ortiz or who it was that got hit, but he sold it like he got knocked out, and you're able to hear I don't know, it was just great how sometimes people mess it up and they try to crunch the chair too far, and you can hit the guy in the face. That was good because it ricochet rolled off his head. I don't know, this is really good stuff. It was good.
Yeah, it was Ortiz that got hit.
Good job, Ortiz, by selling it.
Nick was doing the super kick, but way before that, they had I think it was Nick inside of the trash can in the ring, and they're Santana and Ortiz gets the loaded socks. They're using that and a kendo stick, and they're beating the hell out of the trash can. And then Matt comes out with a Dallas Cowboys helmet on and starts tearing through everybody. Santana takes that off and spits on it to get the crowd to go ape shit. That was some good heel heat. Hager comes out, takes the ref out of the ring, and instead, the referee gets taken out again. Another ref bump, and it was just total chaos.
That ref punt was pretty good.
Yeah, hell of a ref bump there. And then Aubrey comes out. She's the new ref. She goes for the count. Ortiz kicks out. Then she gets pulled out of the ring. And then we get to the chair point and the Meltzer driver, and Matt pins Ortiz to win the match. And that's when we're going to go ahead and see them face SCU next week for the tag titles. So
SCU.
I honestly, like I said, I was surprised that the Bucks went over here. I get what they're going for, and it's going to be a hell of a match next week. Young Bucks, SCU for the tag titles. We also have the Lucha Bros taking on Kenny Omega and Hangman Page next week,
right.
And then we have Jungle Boy taking on Chris Jericho for the challenge, the 10-minute challenge there. So that's a really, really stacked end of the year show for Dynamite. NXT has Shayna Baszler taking on Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship, and then Adam Cole against tonight's Triple Threat winner. So it's either Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, or Keith Lee is going to take on Adam Cole for the title next week as well. So NXT has a huge show. Definitely going to be split screen in that one. And, so it's fun to think which is which, but I think next week is going to be a real, channel flipper for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one next week.
Especially with that Baszler women's match. A lot of people are assuming that that's when she'll drop the title.
Oh, shit, really? Just on a TV show?
Yeah, because it's being built so big. I don't think that's going to happen yet. I think they're going to save it for the following takeover that they're doing in February. But
that's a long way away.
Yeah, a lot of people are really high on the fact that they think, Ripley will lose then.
Yeah, that's a long ways away, though. I don't know. Maybe, man, I got to watch that because that's...
Yeah, it's huge. So now we also know that they're going to be building for Revolution. That's going to be exciting. That's the pay-per-view for AEW. That's Saturday, February 29th, back in Chicago at the Wintrust Arena. Tickets go on sale right before Christmas, December 20th, so it makes a great Christmas present because tickets are $20 to start at. Can't go wrong there to go see AEW.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, there really are some good prices. You got to be careful because some of the buyback prices or resell prices are ones that pop up a lot and they're expensive, and you're like, what's AEW doing? But a lot of times it's not AEW, it's the reseller. But yeah, you still can get really pretty cheap tickets for AEW, especially now. Like when they first launched, those first 3 weeks, 5 weeks even, like tickets were like they were setting the prices because they they were selling all these tickets mostly. But now, now they've got to try to make sure they get people there. So ticket prices are much lower.
Yeah. Can't beat it though. Seems like it'll be a good show overall. And then Vicky Guerrero was at AEW tonight. She went ahead and she was on guest commentary, to go ahead and host AEW Dark. And apparently she got a huge ovation coming out. So.
Wow. It's great that they're utilizing AEW Dark kind of to have these sort of guest wrestlers and past celebrity, or even celebrities, even like YouTubers or somebody.
Yeah.
Anybody who's like, got somebody who can get the social media talking a little bit. That's a great idea.
I wonder if she'd like sneeze and just said, "Oh, excuse me," just to
yeah,
just to get it over. But
that's funny. That'd be pretty funny.
I'm curious to see, how she did with that. But yeah, she works or lives in Garland, Texas. One of them. And you and I went ahead last Raw review. We were talking about WWE Backstage. We were curious what the viewership was going to be.
Oh yeah, we guessed.
Because
we guessed?
Originally with Punk, we had guessed that it would go back up because they were at 138.
What did I say, 142 or something, or what did I say? I forget.
I think you said 155. I said 150.
Okay, that's right. Yep, I went 5,000 above you. Yep.
Yep, they went to 127 last night. They actually went down lower than when they had Rollins on. So
what the hell?
I did laugh
at
CM Punk though. He said that basically to book them all the way through Mania, you could have a loser gets Lana match.
Yeah,
it was pretty entertaining the way he booked it.
No, it was a troll job. That was retarded what he said.
I thought it was funny the way he said it. So
it was funny, but like he was kidding.
No, I know he's kidding, but it sounded like something you and I would book crazily, where Bobby Lashley and Rusev become best friends because they bond over the former ex-wife and they have to face Lana's new tag team.
Yeah.
But now the new tag team is sick of Lana as well, so whoever loses gets to keep Lana.
Yeah.
I was like, that's such a you and I book scenario that it's, he must be watching.
No,
that's right on the money for something you and I would come up with.
He ain't watching shit. That guy's watching his money in his bank and jerking off to his wife's boy tits.
So I chuckled with that, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because Lana was complaining. She said it was, marginalizing this and that and chauvinistic and misogynistic and just she was basically blasting Punk for being misogynistic. And she said, I know you've been away from WWE for several years. Perhaps moving forward, you will favor WWE and Fox Sports 1 by refraining from misogynistic comments like Chica.
What?
Yeah, apparently because he said Chica.
That's the name of a Five Nights Freddy character.
But because he said it, hey chick, she said it was misogynistic. But her having her nipples out on Monday Night Raw, popping out of her dress, that's fine.
Yeah, take your titties out. That's
Jesus. That's wrestling news.
I mean, dude, listen. This is why. Who gives a shit? Like, it's more interesting. What is it? More interesting to listen to Lana fight with Punk on Twitter than WWE. Like, fuck Fox backstage. Fuck WWE. Like, fuck Punk for being on this stupid show. Fuck Lana for saying anything at all. And just fuck WWE in general. The whole thing is a joke. Like, why don't you do something interesting on the TV show instead of everything being on Twitter? Asshole idiots.
Yeah.
Go get a yarmulke and fucking cook yourself in a fucking goddamn Winter's Bowl down in Tulsa, Oklahoma for all the fucking Mexican fans. And then they can roll you up in a fucking burrito and fucking serve you to somebody who hasn't eaten in a week. You fucking... I don't know what I just said. But fucking
but
seriously.
The reason I bring that up is because we made such a good speculation about what the viewership would be for backstage.
Line Lana up right next to fucking CM Punk in a burrito. And roll him up in a nice tortilla and fucking serve him to all the people in the crowd. How about that? Man, god damn it. I don't know. I'm just annoyed as fuck by these people.
Santana and Ortiz, they talked about WWE made it hard on them to turn down their offer. And, they said, listen, just really think about your decision. And they really had to, take some time to mull it over. Obviously, WWE really wanted LAX, the former tag team. and they gave him a hell of a opportunity to do so. And it took a lot for them to agree to sign with AEW, I guess. But they're happier that they did so now. So,
well,
makes sense.
Thank God they did, or the world wouldn't be right, wouldn't it?
They'd be the Colognes all over again, and you know it.
I'd like to see Lana's... put Lana in a porno.
Well, she was nude in that movie, so...
Yeah, get her out of this... Get her out of wrestling and...
Party!
Here comes the donation. Put her in a porno.
Fukayu, have you any legit paranormal experiences?
Oh. Salvi and Toast. What up, man? Paranormal? No, I really haven't. That I know of. Unfortunately. Because that'd be kind of cool.
If you listen to my podcast I did with my fiance, I talked about a couple that I had that are pretty outlandish.
Yeah, I haven't had any.
I brought up the fact that I had this antique bed that my grandmother got from like an antique store because a friend of hers worked there. And I used to be like so freaked out sleeping in this thing, and she was like, "Oh, just go to bed." She would give me a hard time, and I would wake up and see like this ghostly child figure, and it would just sit over the bed and stare at me. I shit you not. You know, it was with me for years. If I wasn't sleeping in the bed, I didn't see the thing. And I felt like it always stayed in the presence of, because I switched rooms with my grandmother. So that's where I was sleeping at that point with the bed in there. And I couldn't do it. Stayed on the couch, stayed on the floor. But anytime I would see this young child looking apparition. Years later, my daughter's born, and I think I talked about this on air at one point, but when she was like 7, maybe 8, she kept having bad dreams and nightmares, and then she would wake up and say she was seeing it, and she described, and I didn't tell this to anybody, and certainly not her, you know, I didn't want to scare her or anything, and she literally legit described to me what the child looked like in detail, what was said, everything. So I don't know how the fuck you explain that, but she was seeing the exact same thing that I saw at her age.
That's weird.
In the same room.
That's really weird.
Her room is now what my grandmother's room was.
But now you don't see that at all?
Not in a couple years, no.
Jake DeMarco insane confirmed.
Absolutely.
Paul 3 in the chat says.
But with her bringing it up to me, it was like painstakingly eerie. I was like, how the hell do you explain that at all?
You know, it's weird that you said that because something happened with me and my kids like that, but it was a dream. And it was Gavin telling me about something, and I went, what the hell? Like, I had that dream. Like, that's weird. Like, but that's about it. I've never had anything. I've never had any ghosts, anything. I wonder if my dad's ghost is haunting the New Hampshire house that the people bought from us.
Sitting there like, you know, let me help you with your taxes. You know, like trying to be. Well, he's a helpful ghost.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Yeah, because he died. Would he be in the house? He died in the bed, I think, technically. And my mother has the bed still. So, I sleep in that bed. Nothing happens. But I wondered the people in New Hampshire. You know, every once in a while he comes out of nowhere and he's like, hey.
With it being so sudden, you could be in the house. Yeah, it's possible.
I helped Raytheon build a fucking cruise missile. I'll kill you.
My father was still around as a ghost. You'd open the fridge and be like, where did all my beer go? You know?
Yeah. I don't think he really built cruise missiles, but he did computer components. But yeah, it'd be funny if it'd be funny if somebody's dad was like a crazy masturbator. And they died. And like you'd see an apparition just whacking off.
There's goo everywhere. It's ectoplasm.
There's ectoplasm everywhere. This ain't slime, pal. The ghost looks at you. I can't wait till Ghostbusters comes out. That's what I'm going to talk about ghosts for the next 6 months. Until June.
Yeah. I can't wait.
But yeah, man, I think we're going to watch NXT so we can talk more about that later. As far as AEW tonight, I'm giving it a much better than Raw and SmackDown. I'm giving it a 7.
Yeah, I was at a 7 myself, so...
yeah, I almost want to take it down because the commentary and the lights going out again. I almost want to take it down to a 6.5, but
I could even argue a 7.5 with myself. I really liked every match tonight. Was really good. Nothing was, like I said, nothing groundbreaking. Nothing like holy shit.
Right.
But excluding the production side of things, there was nothing that any of the talent did tonight that I was bothered with. Yeah. So that's a rarity.
Yeah, it was pretty good, man. It was all right.
There was no bad delivery for promos. There was no real egregious ref fuck up because the refs have been pretty spotty on AEW. I mean, honestly, they've messed up a lot of pinfalls and finishes, and it's been noticeable. And when you go through the history, the short history of the show, they've had more issues than not. So there was none of that tonight, at least that I noticed, and the matches flowed really well. So I give them a good amount of credit. I could definitely say 7.5.
All right. Seems to be the chat agreeing a little bit here. Everybody in the chat, just throw out your out of 10s and let us know what you thought about AEW tonight. Seems to be around 5, 6, 7, 8s. I even saw some people saying like 9s and 10s earlier. I don't know about that.
I couldn't go that high.
What the fuck is a 7? They're like what's what's another night like then? But yeah, I mean, while we get ready to wrap up, I'm going to be staying live, I think, to play some shit. Probably just going to be chill out on Twitch tonight. Going to relax on Twitch tonight. Yeah, a lot of people coming in now. Slob 75 out of 10, 7.5.
Yep.
That's funny.
7.5. I can absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably lower on this than you guys are. Like, I actually didn't love it like a lot of people are saying, but I didn't want to bash it either because it was much better than some of the other weeks.
Damn, whole fucking show says 4.
Yeah, see, like, I'm almost...
I wonder.
I get it.
Hear what he thinks.
I get
Marvelous
that.
One says 6.5. So MJ says 7.
I was going to give it a
Shane
5.
was at an 8 out of 10, surprisingly enough.
Jesus.
Here we go. I'm about to get
Ulysses was there live, so he gave it an 8. We'll hear that in a minute.
Here we go. Oh,
well, that makes sense. If you were there live.
This was probably a 8 for me, but being there live makes a difference, especially when you're almost sitting near a star. Was better than expected.
Yeah, Ulysses Smith, thanks, man. I could see an 8 if you were there. I could see an 8 if you were there. I could see that. Yeah, see, like, I agree with anybody like 5, 6, 7, I agree with that. Anything above a 7, I think that's weird. I don't know. Like, that's, to me, I don't get that. 3 out of 10 from Byron. Give me Darby. That's what Kevin says. Yeah, I agree with you. I want to see Darby, man. But I think he's injured. I think he's, like, hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his neck from the coffin drop, the last one that he delivered. He did something to his neck, so...
Go figure, crash and burn.
AEW Dark is going to be good next week, as it has been. Bea Priestley takes on Chris Statlander. People in attendance said that was a great contest. Britt Baker took on Machiko. I always wonder if I'm saying
did you say Chica?
Cancel me. Chica. And then the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy took on... Who is it? Pac, Jack Evans, and Angelico. So.
Took on Life and Lost.
Took on a pair of skinny jeans and couldn't get out. So it sounds like that's going to be another entertaining show, especially with Vicky Guerrero being there. I'm curious to hear what she has to say on commentary. Dakota Kai apparently was injured tonight following NXT. She needs several staples.
Oh, okay.
So at least it's not a terrible injury. But
at first I was like, oh no, and then when you said staples, I went, okay.
Well, that's why I was waiting to read the rest of it as.
Yeah,
it's one of those you reading as you click, but. Captain Team Kick suffered a severe laceration, was immediately tended by the medical team. Further updates will be announced, but she needed staples. Staples suck. I always preferred stitches.
Yeah, when Brenna went to the doctors the other day, look what happened with it. They gave her glue.
Glue's the way to go. If you have a very even cut, glue is a fucking godsend.
Yeah.
But when you get those scars like my cheek or Cody's face, where it has to just be like a crisscross applesauce, forget about it.
Yeah, he probably would have been better. I mean, I know his mom stitched it up, but would he have not been better, like, going to the hospital?
Yeah, they could have made that a very even stitch, and it would have healed much nicer. I can almost guarantee that.
I mean, he looks like a full-on fucking Dr. Evil character now.
Yeah, I mean, it would have obviously left a scar, but I don't think it would have left as massively noticeable as a scar had he had someone that works in cosmetic field of surgery. I can't think of the name. This is how broken my brain is today. Plastic surgeon. Jesus.
Yeah, he is the American Nightmare now, man. He looks like goddamn. He looks like how you'd make the evil version of Cody Rhodes look, but he just looks that way now.
Yeah.
Like he looks like an evil Star Trek villain, which should make him happy because he loves Star Trek, as do I. So we had our little talk about that once. But yeah, it was you know what? Some girl on Twitter the other day, and I don't want to go into this too much because I don't know, I haven't talked to him yet, but some just chicks were going after fucking Joey Janela the other day on Twitter.
Oh God.
And so I was talking with Joey Janela last night. We were DMing about it, and he's like, this girl's like pretending like she doesn't know who he is, like to some other girl who's being like, oh, he's a scumbag or whatever. Like and the other girl's backing her up on Twitter, being like, wow, what a piece of garbage that guy must be. But then he's like, dude, I've spoken to that person before, like, and it's like, what is wrong with Twitter people? Like. Like, it's just like, they're clearly fake accounts who, like, DM'd him, and then, like, he didn't really respond to them, and then they're out there trying to, like, smear him for nothing. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But it's not getting nobody cares because they're clearly bullshit. But it's just like, what is this? If I was a wrestler now, you can't talk to anybody.
No, you can't, because people can twist things and they alter it to their own needs.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's like somebody brought it up to me on Twitter the other day. They were like, are you seeing what's going on with Joey Janela? Are you seeing this, Joe? You got to see this. And I kind of I liked it to remember to go back and see how it goes later with that. But I was like, whatever, I don't care. And I was like, this isn't real.
Yeah, well, it's like the whole thing with Hager. His entire Twitter timeline is all right-wing conservative stuff. This has been his views and opinions since before they hired him. That's why I don't think AEW has a problem with him.
Who?
Hager.
Oh, Hager, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this has pretty much been his standing for God ever. So him saying, and I don't look at what he said as actual harassment. I think he was more speaking on time than Greta, but still.
Right.
Yeah, some of the replies were funny though.
Yeah, man, I was saying that to Joey. I was like, nobody's gonna care. This is bullshit. You can see it all over their fucking Twitters. But yeah, they're just. I think it's the same person. I think it's the same 3 fake accounts, all the same person, just trying to justify itself. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, so nobody's biting on that. So if Joey's listening or whatever, yeah, he knows. Like nobody gives a shit. It's bullshit. It's especially after the Enzo thing, like that was really bad and that was bullshit. Like just so much bullshit just going on out there. And AEW talks like SJW liberal stuff, but they act like businessmen. So that's the thing. Like that. But whereas AEW talks like, oh, we back anybody up and support all of our people of whatever, and then acts like SJWs by getting rid of people. So like it's just kind of funny how that works. It's like, oh, we're not, we're going to do what we do and we're whatever. Oh, fire. Well, Cornette didn't get fired, by the way. That is the other. We keep kind of misrepresenting that. Cornette did not get fired. He quit.
Yeah, he left.
But he quit because he got sick of being hounded about what is this and why did you do this? And and I think he's of the opinion of go fuck yourself, and I think that what NWA should have done was like, hey, listen, Jim, going forward, like, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to, people say stuff about what you said. We don't care. And if they had said that to him, he would have said, well, fine, fucking let's go. And he would have stayed. But because like they're going to come to him with every little thing, it's kind of like Howard Stern in radio. He's like, all right, fuck this, Sirius Satellite Radio. I'm leaving radio. Fuck this fucking FCC. Every second there's a fine for this or that. And everybody's whatever. I can't do my show the way I want to do it. Fuck this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and you say goodbye to terrestrial radio.
Chat party.
Just sending some love. Her Debe has a hairy cat.
Oh, a red cat. Deftones 22. What's up, Deftones? How you been? How you been, baby? Kenny Omega, little Japanese. Jesus. Young bums are whack, says Ben Ashes in the chat. He was forced to quit, says Greg. So yeah, some people think he was forced out. But either way, like they sort of did force him by acknowledging some of these things the way they acknowledged it.
Yeah.
You know, the way they were like, oh, we're sorry for what he did and everything. And he's sitting there going like, well, what the fuck? I didn't do anything. What the fuck? You know, but yeah, AEW fans got NWA commentator fired. And NWA fans could complain all they want about somebody in AEW. And nobody's going to appease you.
I die laughing at the fact that it's pre-taped. That's like me going on saying something that's awful, and then you still choosing to put it up knowing that it'll get you to have problems. You know, I say something off the air, you're like, oh, I should get rid of it, but they had multiple chances to pull that line out or redub it, you know, do a little ADR sesh quick.
Yeah.
Or they could have just made it silent if they really, you know, but they obviously heard it, had no issue with it.
Yeah,
so they could have stood behind him and say, oh, we knew that he wasn't being racist. He was making an example of how, you know, tough the individual is. And let's, you know, he speaks with old rhetoric and we'll make sure this doesn't happen again. Instead, they snowballed right into the friggin', oh, terrible, you know?
Yeah.
And it just turned into nonsense.
They fucked up.
A lot of people fucked up there.
What do I think about Billie Eilish? I don't know. I'm like a fan of her. I don't like her. I like her look and like the gothness of it.
Oh, Billie Eilish, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like her. Yeah, I don't know.
She has a hell of a voice. I'll give you that. She sang on Howard Stern recently, and oh my God, she no auto-tune, just her and her brother playing piano.
I guess.
I
like,
don't. Danny showed me the clip because she's a big fan of hers.
Though. Her songs like.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you wouldn't. But I'll show you the clip. She had an angel-like voice. It was incredible. The octaves that she could hit, and she was so just down to earth with Howard. She's like, oh, I don't know if I could hit this note this early in the morning. It's a hard octave to hit, and the way she sang the song, it was beautiful and just like Jesus.
Maybe
why don't you use that voice?
Yeah, maybe she can sing like that off the songs, but the songs I hear, she's just like
she talks and mumbles and kind of.
It's not the type of music I like, only because of I don't like her way she uses her voice. Leah likes her too, and I don't like.
Yeah, it's but that's the thing, because this was maybe just the acoustic version of the normal song. Yeah. And it's like, damn, you were so talented. And then I look up any type of like music video, as you said, the actual cut of it, and it's like, what? That doesn't even sound the same at all.
You know when I decided I didn't like her was on that Howard Stern show. He said, tell me about the name of this song. It's so, how did you come up with that or whatever? And she basically said, it just sounded cool. And I was like, oh, I thought like there was something to it. And then she just said, I don't know.
I think she was trolling with that as well.
No, I don't think so.
About to get it,
because,
man. Here we go. Oh,
we got Ulysses back.
People think the venues are extremely bigger than NXT, but after seeing in person, it's really not, or maybe just where they were here.
Oh, it's extremely bigger. Ulysses Smith, it is bigger. Like, NXT is in front of a crowd of, like, what, 2,000 people? Not even. NXT is at Full Sail in front of, like, maybe less than 2,000 people or something. You know, AEW is going into buildings that are 5,000 to 8,000 people. Some are bigger. So, you know,
Full Sail Arena University, its capacity, it says 500. I don't know if that's right. That's what the website.
I wasn't even close then.
Hell yeah! Take my pants off.
Ray Kid, thanks for following me on Twitch, man. What's up?
Yeah, the room can hold 1,500 occupants for a standing concert, 300 in a dinner theater environment. For how they tape it, it's 400 to 500 depending on how they set it up.
She doesn't write the songs. That's why Pocket Aces says? Yeah.
Well, for what she had said previously in her writings and whatnot, from what I was looking at, she went ahead and Danny Snowday brought us into a Billie Eilish deep dive, and she has a great deal of meaning to most of the songs. But yeah, Full Sail's 500. I think that was more of like a troll job because she's asked that repeatedly.
I don't know, dude. That didn't sound like a troll job to me. It sounded like a...
Because a lot of what I've seen for her music, like the Zanny song that came out, I looked into the lyrics and seems more than just straightforward. But you never know with people nowadays. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it could just be I wanted to go with the trend instead of actually I have a feeling that I need to get out. I have something I have to say.
Yeah, it was all good girls go to hell, and then she was like, she's like, I don't know, it just sounds cool. So like to me, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate but it very well could be.
Yeah, so I was like, well, like
I just didn't interpret it that way by reading the lyrics today because I couldn't understand the mumbling in one of the songs.
Yeah,
like, what the hell are they saying here?
She sounds. I mean, it's kind of like Bjork, but it's the bad Bjork. It's like after the year 2003, I think. I want to say after 2002 or 3, all the Bjork CDs, instead of sounding good, the music just sounds like weird noises happening, and then her like mumbling her lyrics, like.
Yeah,
so,
because it says right here with the interview, Billie Eilish shares secrets and metaphor meanings from latest song, All Good Girls Go to Hell. So I think it was just a damn troll job, but...
Well, the fact that you care that much about her is
I'm just
creeping me out, to be honest. Like, it's really
time.
freaking me out. I mean, like, so yeah, this type of music right here... Like that stuff, I can't stand that. I can't listen.
I don't
to her.
care for that either. Like I said, what she did on Howard Stern Acoustic sounded great. Her voice sounded really good.
Yeah, because she actually got to use it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but her songs just are the complete opposite. That I can't get into. I try and see what my daughter's interested in. Be an attentive father and look into the shit that she likes.
Leah likes her. I can't.
I couldn't. It's certainly not music I could go and choose to put on. The acoustic stuff, I love acoustic, breaks from usual. Like if a band goes and does an acoustic set, I'm all about that. But at least it usually sounds the same as the song. It's just a different interpretation. With this, it was like night and day different.
Right. You're terrifying me. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I have nothing to say right now. I've just really drawn a blank on life because of you.
It's great. That's what I do. I suck the energy out.
I made a mistake. She kind of sounds like if Fiona Apple...
Sounds like she's on heroin there.
If Fiona Apple was dying on heroin, that's what...
That's what I said. She's on heroin there.
Yeah, like she sounds like Fiona Apple dying on heroin.
Here we go.
It's so fucking funny.
Man. Here we go.
You listen.
Emo drug music. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, basically.
Billie Eilish always eyes, looks and sounds like she on heavy drugs all the time, or maybe it's just me.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the kids' music nowadays, like these kid rappers and kid pop stars, but it's like they're all like, and I know what it is, maybe it's just the video games now and the tablets, the way everything is, because they're all like...
ADD out, yeah, drugged up.
It's like they're all on bath salts or something.
No, bath salts, you eat people. They're on straight up Xanax and fucking cough syrup. They're just all fucked up.
Everybody looks fucking weird. Like, it's weird. They all look like zombies. Everybody.
Scarier than my ghost story.
When I was a kid, like, Marilyn Manson was all gothed up when I was a kid in the 90s, right? But he was, like, alive. Like, he was like, yeah, the beautiful people! And he was, like, fucking crazy. But, like, now the kids are all, like, fucking...
But he was going intentionally for shock factor as much as possible. With theirs, I'm not so sure that is the intent. I feel like it's just who they think they have to be.
Everybody's like this. The rappers,
yeah,
like
they all just mumble. Like I said before, she mumbles. Mumble rap is like the biggest thing. And like you did it before.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a faggot, that shit.
Yeah.
You have no idea what the hell is being. Yeah, they forget the vocabulary because they're so fucked up.
All right, well, that's it. He is going to jail for 3 years.
I know. That other guy, Juice WRLD, just died, who was really young. I think he was in his early 20s.
Yeah, because all the songs are like, take some drugs and take some pills, and like, these are cool. It's like
somebody was telling me, it's like, oh, it's not even drug related. He had a seizure. I'm like, from the fucking drugs.
Yeah, from the
do you
drugs.
Think he had a seizure from.
Who's the one that's going to jail though? The guy with the Bart Simpson hair.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black. Yeah. So like the funny thing about Kodak is he gets 5. Like you're gonna.
Oh, Awonddy just said it.
5 years in jail if you break your whatever. He breaks it. Then they let him off. Not only do they say you're not serving the 5 years, they take away his probation. So he got rewarded for breaking the law again. So,
Ridiculous.
and then he broke it again. And now finally, for the 7th time, he's finally going to have to do 3 years. But it's just very funny the way that he got out of that. It was hilarious, actually.
Who said in the chat, this music isn't for boomers, that's why.
Yeah,
we're too
but that
old for
doesn't
this
make any
shit.
sense. Boomers are 55 and above. That joke doesn't make sense.
Okay, boomer. That's what a boomer would say.
Yeah, that's not a boomer thing. That's a 55-year-olds are boomers.
They just lump everybody in.
They don't know what
Everyone's a
boomer
millennial
means.
or
A baby
boomer at this
boomer is
point.
born in 1950. Was born in 1984. Like, no, I'm getting sick of that. I've been hearing that everywhere too. People go, "Okay, boomer." Like, no, I'm a millennial. Like, 1 minute I was a millennial, now I'm a boomer. What the hell? No, my mother's a boomer. My mother is 68. She's a boomer. I'm not a boomer. So soon,
Aren't you Gen Y?
I'm gonna start
Us?
saying, yeah,
Whatever it is?
we're Gen Y or Gen X or
Gen
whatever.
X, one of those.
I'm gonna
When you
start
qualify
saying,
as boomer-
"Okay,
or millennials.
retard," because these people are retarded. You don't know what a baby boomer is. A baby boomer is an old fuck. Like, we're not okay, retard. You know, like it's just fucking stupid. But there are some old fucks. My mother's a boomer. I'm the one who has to listen to the boomers.
Yeah.
Our generation's going to start killing people soon because people are just sick of everybody. at
Yeah,
this
the
point.
ones above us can't use technology, and the ones below us are making technology worse.
Wait till I am old. Can you imagine when I'm like 60?
Oh,
Like
God.
wait till I am old after a life of whatever the fuck, and we're like old. Like, you know what? Kids are gonna start making up that our generation was Nazis or something, and like it's gonna be crazy. And we're gonna have to kill people.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Who dies from one seizure? Amateur. I've had over 30 and am sitting here donating. Merry Christmas.
Oh man, DC Derek, thank you very much. Okay,
Like Justin just brought up, the 16-year-old girl gets into a car crash, and the first thing she does is make a TikTok, you know?
Oh yeah, the kids now are retarded. Okay, white guy, that's pretty funny. That could be used. That's funny. Okay, white guy, that's funny. Okay, Blackie.
Oh Jesus! Now we're canceled.
Here's Kodak Black and your favorite song, everybody. Jake, I'm sure you want to get out of here, but I will see you tomorrow for Out of Nowhere.
Hell yeah, gonna be a big night. We got TLC to cover, everybody's favorite pay-per-view to end the year. We'll also talk about some possible more people being let go from WWE. So a lot to discuss tomorrow. Be a good night.
Hit me up if you're around. Maybe we can record a podcast, something, get it up on Patreon.
Yes, I will be around during the day. So
Ghostbusters
shit today.
We did Ghostbusters on Throwdown, but I didn't get to talk to you about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Hit
All
me
right.
up.
All right. Good night, baby.
All righty, everybody. Stay sexy. We'll see you then.
Kodak Black, baby. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Billy English, Eilish, whatever her name is. I don't know. Thursday, when he was awarded to be
Pink faggot.
hearing Friday, in which he was ordered to be held without bond, according to Florida's Sun Sentinel judge. Joel Lazarus ordered him to remain incarcerated until his attorney makes another request.
He has a bunch of JD dicks on his head.
Yeah,
You wouldn't believe the shit in this guy's video.
I believe everything.
What's he even saying right here?
I was just thinking about my family. They been feeling like that I've been.
They been feeling like how they feeling now. Look at the pink phantom.
Look at my pink faggot car.
Pink faggot car.
Look at my pink faggot car. What is
Look at my pink faggot
What
car.
is this music? What is this?
Look at my pink faggot car.
He doesn't get a pass. This guy, he's a fucking. He
gets a pass for being.
Tommy, this guy is like a rich rapper, and he's wanted for child neglect. Like,
He
fuck
gets a
this
pass
guy.
for being in the movie theater and saving all of us.
faggot car.
Look at my pink faggot car.
I was just thinking about my family. They been feeling like that I've been.
Thinking about my faggot
Faggot car.
Why the fuck I walk around here with a Glock?
Is he saying?
What is he saying? What is this?
I think I'm gonna race my faggot car.
Fucking know about my faggot car. Tell my family and know. Got a fucking JD's dick on my hill. My hell fucking JD cow. at my motherfucking faggot bike. Look at my bike, all you motherfuckers wish you had two. I got two faggot cows. Oh man, what's up? What's up to my boys? I'm wearing half fucking shit on my wall, smoking that doobie in my faggot car. I'm spinning out on my fucking faggot quad. I'm waving like a faggot up to God. Oh my God, that car almost hit me. Oh my God, we almost died shooting this music video. Hey, oh my, somehow, what the fuck, my motherfucking up motocross. Yo, check out my faggot quad. My faggot car. Now I'm in jail because I don't give a fuck about my kid. I got a faggot kid. Oh, I got a faggot light. Yo, somebody get that light out my face. I'm on my man. I tell my man, don't bust my mind. Yo, this my man. Yo, look a white guy. Yo, that white guy is a faggot.
Neglecting my kids in a faggot car.
What the fuck, bro? What is this guy saying in these videos? Oh, man. Andale Peasy, you are a better rapper, no doubt, man. Andale Peasy, we got the sheezy up in here. Motherfucker. Oh, boy. What's up? Hope you guys had fun tonight. The AEW review, it was fun. And, yeah. We're going to get wet and wild, baby. Can we go take over Twitch tonight? Can we take this place over? The purple place? Can we take this place over tonight? Let's go take it over. What the hell? All right. Can we get this, can we get the purple place popping right now? Heistman, Defoe. JCS Psychos. What happened to that song by S.Dollar? I don't have it anymore. I've only got the, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm over on the purple place. I'm going to be hanging out, just farming some stuff on Diablo for a few. And then I'll be working on my podcast for Patreon. So if you guys want to come hang out and continue the fun, well, can we get 100 people over there, man? Let's blow that thing up. Let's be the number one. I could be the number one Diablo stream. No, I couldn't. There's a guy streaming with 400 people. Never mind. I'd have to have 500 people over here rocking it. That'd be nuts. Wait, we got a patch today? What the hell? There's a patch in Diablo today? What the hell's going on? Seasonal theme buff? Oh, they fixed a bug. They fixed an unintended use of game mechanics. That was it. All they did was fix the cheating thing. They fixed the cheat. That's all they fixed. I was like, ooh, this is going to be exciting. Oh, they fixed the cheat.
We've got a new Twitch follower.
That's all they did.
Hell yeah. Take my pants off.
What up, Supreme? Thank you, Supreme. Let's go take over. Let's take over Twitch. Let's go take over the purple place right now. Let's take it over. Super chill stream. It's a bits party. Thanks to DC Derek for that last one, by the way. What's up, everybody? I'm too tired to play Halo right now. That's why I'm playing Diablo. I am full on tired. If I played Halo, I'd just get wrecked. I need to be wide awake, flipping out to play Halo. I'm right now. I'm like, oh. That's the only reason why. I'm just gonna hang out when I read the chat. Maybe listen to what you guys are talking about. Just hang out. We'll see. Gonna have a party. Gonna have a good time until I pass out. When I pass out, then I'll be out of here. You know. Oh shit!
I made it.
What up, Constipated Rock? God damn, Constipated Rock coming in with the bits already, and I haven't even set the screen up yet. What up, Constipated Rock? Thank you for the 100 bits over on the Purple Place. Much needed, my friend. Thank you. What a way to start. You wetting me up. Oh, shit. Donnie M316.
Oh, Donnie M316. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's 11 months in a row from Donnie M, man. Donnie M, thank you, dude. Holy shit. We got, so far, we don't have enough, man. We need some more. Donnie M, thank you, man. You got an emote thanks to Donnie M. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Thanks to Donnie. And 11 months in a row, bro. That's badass. That's badass, man. Appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who listened to the AEW review tonight. Hope you guys had fun. Make sure you come on over to the Purple Place with me right now. Steve, thank you for hosting me on the Purple Place. My name over there is Joe Cronin JCS. At some point, it may change to Evil Spectrum, but right now it's Joe Cronin JCS. Mr. Q-Ball. Mr. Q-Ball, thank you for the bits as well, man. Thanks to Jake earlier on for being here. We're only going to be on YouTube for a little bit longer, a few more minutes, and then we're going to move officially over to the Purple Place. So come on down and hang out with us.
Super Chat Party.
Ooh, shit.
Would fire Triple H because he bring in vanilla midgets, do kick and flips, doesn't solve anything from WWE.
Man, you would fire him for it? Damn. Kevin, thank you for the $14.99, Kevin. Yeah, I don't think I would fire him for it, but I would, you could say, would you fire Vince McMahon for basically deciding not to create megastars anymore? Because that's basically what Vince said, we're not going to create anybody who's bigger than the company anymore. And they haven't done that. They've created garbage, it seems like on purpose, and now that makes sense why, right? So, I'd fire both of them for that. I'd be like, yeah, we need to have a happy balance here to have everything going the right way. And, we need to be doing everything. So, I would think you'd be wanting to be doing everything. So, I would definitely not fire Triple H. He's had some of the best stuff in the entire company. So, I can't imagine that happening. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Bruins, man, but the Bruins are fucking, what are they, like they've lost 4 out of the last 5? The Bruins are a mess right now. Ever since somebody recently was like, oh yeah, they're doing kicking ass. Like, they've been on a shit streak. I don't know what happened to the Bruins. They were killing it. Now they're on a losing streak. Oh, I had a dream last night, and I know most of you won't give a shit about what I'm talking about. This is legitimately my dream last night. I had a dream that Jack Edwards and Andy Brickley, and for the people that don't know, which is most of you, Jack Edwards and Andy Brickley are the commentators for the Bruins local broadcast. I had a dream that they both died. Isn't that weird? It's very weird. DC Derek, man, what's up? He's dropping bits over on the Purple Place Twitch as well. Thank you, DC Derek. He's coming over from YouTube, doing it over here too, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thanks, DC. I'm so tired right now, guys. That, I just don't have the... I would totally play Halo, but I'm just so dead. I'm tired. And I would probably talk more wrestling too, but I'm out. My brain's fried. I think I'm going to go to bed soon. Yeah, I had a dream that the Bruins announcers were dead. And they died in a plane crash. It was fucking crazy. It was horrible. Big Fuego Jacob. Got to shout out Big Fuego Jacob. Not only did he up his Patreon and is he a beast on Patreon, but Big Fuego Jacob is also 4 months in a row on Twitch, man. Thank you, Big Fuego. It's getting chaotic up in this bitch. Like chaotic wrestling. Thank you, Big Fuego. Everybody in the chat, just say Big Fuego has a big Fuego cock. Imagine you had fire on your cock. How weird that would be. What a night. Yeah, so I was basically like emailing the Bruins, like, I can be the announcer, I can be your commentator, and I was like trying, I was like sending the Bruins people like so many messages of like, because you know what I mean, they needed a commentator. But at the same time, I was like broken up over it because I loved Jack Edwards and Andy Brickley, and they'd gotten in this plane crash, and I was like, I can't believe these people are dead. Ah, fuck, why did Skype just scare the shit out of me? I just hit the end button on it. Ah, Skype's still on. I can't see it because I'm in my game. I can't see Skype, so I don't know who that is.
Super Chat Party.
Triple H doesn't have any zeroed experiences to take over.
He has 0 experiences to take over. What's up, Kevin? I mean, his product is better than the WWE's product, though. I mean, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not because less people watch it, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, are you drunk or something? Are you joking around? He's been wrestling like 30 years. What up, Kevin? Why do I have to read this message every time? Why does that happen?
We've got a new Twitch follower. Hell yeah, take my pants off.
What up, Boston? Kowalski. What up, Boston? Killer Kowalski. God damn. I was going to leave YouTube to head over Purple Place only, but people are dropping some over here. We got 38 viewers on Twitch, man. If we can get to 100, that'd be a hell of a lot better. Get on over here, baby. Get on over here, if you can.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Random but real statement, but why women think that what they say should be good enough for what they say to a man. But they don't accept when a man does the same, only what a man does is good enough.
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. It depends. I don't know about broad statements of all women, what they say to man or what men say to women. You know, I don't know about broad statement of women say this, blah, blah. But what I could say about what you said is some women do that just like some men do things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to generalize everybody. But yeah, some people that do that, yeah, I'm on board for that. Yo, C-Man Supreme, thank you for subscribing on Twitch. It helps a lot out. Helps out a lot. See how tired I am? And on top of that, it's free to subscribe to me if you have Amazon and an Amazon Prime, and you have your free Prime giveaway. You can give it to me. It's free for you, and I get paid. So it's pretty badass. So if you want, come and subscribe to me on Twitch. It's free, and I get paid. And stick around and watch the
Here we go. I'm about to get
ads.
it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Same should apply to women if I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, I agree with you. I don't think it's all of them, though, but I think it's, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've seen that with some. No doubt about it. Ulysses. What up, ma'am? Dude, I'm so tired right now. I feel like I'm like drugged or something. Like, is the carbon monoxide gone off or something? Like, are we dying? Lee, are we dying? Oh my god. Let me try to roll helmet. Oh no, I already got. I need an ancient one though. That's not gonna cut it in the end of the day.
We've got a new Twitch follower. Hell yeah, take my pants off.
Raftman, thanks for following me on Twitch, man. What's up? What's going on, man? What do you think about the new Diablo season? How's your characters?
I can resub in 8 days.
Ooh, yeah, that's cool, ConstipatedRock. What up, ConstipatedRock? How you been, man? I'm just looting around here in Diablo. Up to 40, not bad, man. Why can't I clip stuff? Why just clip that off? Online Persona. 2 months in a row. What's up, Online Persona? I know he's been sub before, though. Even though it's only 2 months in a row. I know he's been there a while ago. Also, yeah, I don't know why I can't clip stuff right now. Is it because you have to be streaming a certain amount of time for it to... Or maybe they're taking the function down or something for a little while? I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I know Renegade is the leader with bits. Renegade with 5,000 bits, man. It's pretty badass. Thanks to the Renegade. Superman, thanks for the host. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to while I'm playing. If you want to still throw some AEW questions out.
Do a little
WWE,
basketball dance off the concrete.
it's all good.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
NXT is better than SmackDown and Raw. Triple H would do better than Vince if he took over the WWE.
Yeah, you know, I think he probably would now. I think so. Robert, thank you so much, man. Rob, thanks for the $10. Rob, keeping that Alex Jones alive on YouTube, I guess. God damn you, son of a bitches. Do you know how many frogs I fucked last night? I had sex with demons. In the end, that guy was right about a lot of things. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And I used to really bash him sometimes, too. Like, back in the day, I used to... Well, not back in the day, but I used to be like, ah, he's silly. And he was a little bit. He's still retarded with many things, but... Wow, he was right about a lot of stuff. I'm shocked. Like, I'm shocked about some of the stuff that he was right about. Like, the stuff that guy was right about is so outlandish and crazy, but it's real. That all the other outlandish stuff that you thought was crazy, you wonder what else is real. Even if, like, 30% of what he says is wrong, or 60% is wrong, that stuff that he got right, whoa. Like, wow. And they took him off all the platforms, too. Gotta wonder why he's the only one. He's one of the only people who's banned off all the platforms. And everybody's like, oh, it's because of the Sandy Hook thing. Well, I don't know. A lot of other people have done a lot of terrible things, reporting wrong things about kids and all kinds of stuff. And nobody else ever gets deplatformed or de-fucking monetized from credit card companies, PayPal, MasterCard, having a right to have a business in the country. It's kind of weird.
Who gonna dethrone Y2J title reign?
The villain, what up, villain? I think it's gonna be Cody or Moxley. Probably Moxley. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. You know, I really thought it was gonna be Cody. I still think it's gonna be Cody, I think. I mean, but I could see if, like, Jericho was like, hey, I need time off, and hey, I got stuff I gotta do now, or whatever. I'm gonna be busy for months during this. I could see him being, you know, them being like, well, who's the next guy we want holding that belt? It would probably be, it might be Moxley, because they can put it on another guy who's high profile that isn't, you know, part of the company. So the fill-in seems to me is probably Moxley, but and at some point someday, you know, Cody will hold that belt, but he said he'd never compete for it again, you know, so I don't know. Probably it's got to be Moxley or Cody, though. I'd be shocked if it was anybody else, you know.
I used to listen to Alex Jones and George Norrie coast to coast until I found the Joe Cronin show.
Wow, really? That's pretty crazy. Those are some high praise there. Because I loved Coast to Coast, man. I love Coast to Coast and any of that stuff. I listen to those. Oh, man, I always listen to that. I listen to so much radio and podcast. Now it's podcast.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man.
Yeah, that's crazy,
man.
About
to get it, man. Here we go.
I love that stuff.
Oh, no.
What do you think about the Tessa Blanchard Sami Callahan story, if you know about that? And where do you think is best for Tessa to go after Act?
Yeah, I thought some of the stuff they've done has been really good together. They've had pretty good matches, or, Ulysses. Thank you, Ulysses. Some of the best they've had some good moments, matches, things like that. They've clearly got this kind of rivalry. I didn't think it would be possible to have some sort of a rivalry with a woman and a man in wrestling on a televised sort of stage like Impact has done with them. So it's been okay. I don't really care that much for the interracial stuff, or not interracial, the intergender stuff. Interracial's fine. You can have all interracial all day, but intergender is. I like it sometimes, so I like that they're kicking each other's ass. But see how tired I am? I can't even talk. I am wicked tired right now. I can't even fucking play this game right now. Intergender. Yeah, like the moment with what was it, from over a year ago, right? This has been kind of going on for over a year with Tessa and Sami Callahan, right? Started at oh god, what was it in TNA at the what's the big show? Slammiversary, right? When they had the yellow ropes that year. They had like the neon yellow ropes. They had that main event. That was good. So they've done well. That it's a pretty good thing. Breaking news: Sean's views in jail. I don't think so. It makes sense though, because he never messages me anymore. He stopped messaging me all of a sudden about doing the podcast and everything. It makes sense if he was in jail. It's raining gold.
Get these bits. I don't need them.
Oh, ConstipatedRock, thank you, man. He's dropping bits. He's dropping so much bits. Thoughts, area damage, or crit damage? Bro, you gotta go with crit, right? Come on. Did I not trigger the pylon? I'm a little stuck here. What's up, Steelers? What's up, everybody? I am getting off YouTube in a second, though. Staying on the purple place. Come on over to the purple place. Joe Cronin, JCS over there. Man, somebody put sleep pills in my food or something. Probably gonna... Oh. Damn. I still can't clip anything. That's weird. Wonder if their feature's down or something's going on Twitch. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, YouTube, we're out of here, YouTube. Thank you for listening to the AEW review earlier. Thanks to everybody who dropped a couple bucks. Much appreciated, of course. Moss Blaze, what up, man? Oh, Denise, it was you that called. Okay, I get you. RVD, yeah, he's got 7 wives, man. RVD's got like 7 wives. Come on over to the Purple Place if you guys want to continue for a few minutes. Twitch.tv/JoeCroninJCS. See you guys tomorrow for Out of Nowhere Wrestling Podcast at 11. If you have things to say, I'm going to post a thing on Patreon for the patrons to ask, and we'll talk about a bunch of wrestling news tomorrow night. Good night.